At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
Welcome in to Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app, SiriusXM Channel 375, and all of our great radio affiliates around the country. I'm Chris Bleck along with Adam Abdalla, hanging out with you until 3 Eastern right here on Westwood One Sports, live from Chicago each and every day. You can always call or text the show at 310-840-4910. So yesterday we had the first two teams in the NFL report to camp, the Panthers and the Cardinals. Tomorrow we get two more teams, the Patriots and the Seahawks, and we'll be off and running over the next week. NFL teams reporting to training camp. This week in college football, SEC Media Days have been taking place in Tampa, Florida. And let's just say probably the most notable head coach in the SEC spoke this morning. Not the most accomplished, not the best, but probably the coach that attracts the most amount of attention.
Yeah.
Spoke today. New LSU head coach Lane Kiffin spoke to the media earlier today.
The one with the most Q rating. How about that?
Yeah, Q rating. Notability,
Yeah.
right? Like, he is definitely someone that, whether you like him or you hate him, most sports fans are well aware of Lane Kiffin and his track record of failing up throughout his career. And he was successful at Ole Miss. At Ole Miss, they had a very good team. And if he would have stayed last year, maybe they could have gone on a run in the college football playoff. They weren't good enough. He also left the team mid-run to go to LSU, which is a whole different topic and conversation. But with Lane Kiffin, like, I always thought overall, he was perfect for Ole Miss because he was a big fish in a smaller pond. And I know the SEC is the largest pond in college football, or they think they're the largest pond in college football. I'm sure many in the North, in the Big Ten, and, they probably feel a little different of that conversation. But with Lane Kiffin, I thought that he was perfect at a spot where just making the college football playoff was good. And not having the national title expectations on him. When he's been in those spots, when he's been in the NFL, when he's been at Southern California, when he's been at Tennessee, things have not gone well for Lane Kiffin. And I thought that he carved himself out a little spot in Mississippi that was like perfect for Lane Kiffin. And now he's stepping up in class once again because there is no larger pressure cooker spot in college football than being the head coach at LSU.
Yeah, and you and I disagreed about this at the time when he was contemplating and there was that week of indecision and he was making, weird posts on social media. And during his media availability, he's deleted his social media 2 months ago.
Gave it up. His son convinced him.
Yeah, his son bet him that he couldn't do because he was on it. He's Lane Kiffin is the most millennial or Gen Z coach out there because his son had to bet him that he couldn't stay off of his phone. And so he deleted his social media accounts. This guy's a head coach of LSU and had to have a bet with his son. Anyway, I said that the better move for him, or that he would take the LSU job, because when you're offered that kind of job, when someone offers you the biggest stage. And yeah, look, you can tell me, and Big Ten fans can come at me and say, there's no bigger stage than the game, right? Than Ohio State, Michigan. Look, man, Saturday night in the swamp, there's nothing bigger. I'm sorry. There's nothing bigger. Yeah. There's nothing bigger than Saturday night in LSU. I don't care. There's nothing bigger. So when that is brought to you and laid at your feet and saying you can come coach at LSU and win a national championship there, something that hasn't been done since Ed Orgeron was there, something that, other coaches have not been able to do, and Lane has a chance to do. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it. If I had to bet, I would say maybe not, probably not, but he has a chance to do it. Lane's always been a decent recruiter. He's been able to get guys to come to Ole Miss. He's been able to, and now with a bigger platform and a bigger school and better, let's be honest, LSU's got better facilities. They're a bigger school. I always thought that this was a better move for him. The lights were brighter. The platform was bigger. It's a bigger stage, and nobody likes the stage and the lights and the spotlight more than Lane Kiffin. So, of course, he was going to take this job. Of course, he was always going to do this. And, I don't want to compare it to LeBron, but, him taking the however long it took for him to make this decision is very LeBron-like, is very what we're sitting here waiting now for LeBron to make his decision when we all knew the guy's taking the LSU job. Just tell us you're taking the LSU job, dude. And, whether it affects the Ole Miss program or not in the playoff, and it kind of did. I don't know if they would have ended up winning the national championship or not, but he ended up taking the job, and now, guess what? Now you got to play.
Yeah,
now you got to put the ball down and you got to play.
Here's where, perhaps we'll find out in due time, that this LeBron James decision, that there's moving parts in the background that we're unaware of. But I think the Kiffin thing was more about lining up the coaches that were going to join him, the possible recruits that were going to jump into the transfer portal, the money, right? All of the stuff that Lane Kiffin kept saying publicly, that I'm not talking with them, I'm not going to leave Ole Miss, and then flipping and then saying, oh, yeah, I'm taking the money, I'm taking the bag, I'm going to LSU. Mm-hmm. I think a part of that is because of all the stuff that goes along with that as a head coach of a college football team and trying to line up everything to go with you.
Sure.
Now, earlier this morning, about 2.5 hours ago, Lane Kiffin spoke to the media at Media Day for the SEC in Tampa, Florida. And essentially, from the reports of those who covered the media session, so every coach is to talk to the reporters for 30 minutes. And what was being reported by the reporters, Brett McMurphy also reporting this, that it seemed like Lane Kiffin was trying to filibust the start of the press conference by talking as long as possible, so then he didn't have to answer questions about leaving Ole Miss to then go to LSU.
Man.
So yeah, this is one thing that Brett McMurphy posted on social media earlier today. He was talking about the amount of words that was spoken by head coaches in different media sessions at SEC Media Day.
Hold on. He did a word count?
He did a word count because I'm guessing he had to transcribe what Lane said, right?
Of course.
You don't have to physically count every word. The Word document does that for you.
AI is for.
But
robots
in
to do your job
comparison, he recalled back in 2022, Mike Leach gave a 5-word opening statement.
Dude,
and Leach was the best.
Leach was the
Mike Leach,
best.
He was awesome. He was great for college football. He was great for sports. So that 5 words from Leach. Now, here's Lane Kiffin. His opening statement today, Brett McMurphy counts, was 2,807 words, almost 3,000 words for his opening statement before he spoke and took a question from the media.
How long does it take to say 3,000 words?
I don't know. I mean, I'm guessing that's like multiple pages of text, right?
Let's see.
How many words fit on a page?
According to Google, it says it takes between 18 and a half and 30 minutes to speak 3,000 words for most normal presentations.
Yeah.
18 minutes? This dude spoke for 18 minutes?
Yeah. I mean, let's see. A quick Google says how many words on a single space page is 500 words.
This dude spoke
Well, because Brett McMurphy also, he pointed out that when Lane got to the 15-minute mark, that he only had 15 minutes to go. So I honestly think he was trying to filibust the reporters so he didn't have to answer questions.
What was he? Was he reading the Declaration of Independence? What was he doing?
I mean, that is the funniest thing about politics. Like, I live in the sports world. I don't know much about how that stuff works, but whenever
I'm just a caveman.
I'm just saying, like, I do find it fun when whatever side is pulling off one of their filibusters and it's going all night, and you just have guys on the podium just reading random stuff.
I love that you say this. Me knowing you know a lot about politics. You're like, I don't know anything about politics. Chris knows a lot about politics.
Well, I'm just saying it's.
I don't trample in that world.
I guess let me rephrase. I don't know the formatics or how that stuff works. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I don't understand when you can enact a filibuster, when you can put it into play, when you can dial it up.
Yeah.
Like, when can you call one of these and then just stand there and read for the next 5 hours?
I didn't think you could do it in a college football press conference. I thought
think
that
that's
you
what
had
Lane
to be
was
like,
doing.
I thought that this was for questions.
Do you want to hear a snippet of it? Here's
I very much do want to hear a snippet
Lane
of
Kiffin,
this.
on his changing jobs, and somehow Hulk Hogan comes up.
Huh?
When you were at Ole Miss, you led them to the 3rd most wins in the conference since 22. You had 10 players drafted or signed as free agents in the 25 draft, 8 players drafted or signed as free agents in the 26 class. You had a top 4 portal class each of the last 3 portal cycles you were there. Jackson Dart, 1st-round pick.
What is this question?
Yet, in a Vanity Fair article, you said Oxford diversity hurt you in talent acquisition. So is it your belief that if there was a little bit more diversity, all those numbers I cited could have been even better?
Okay, hold on. That's a 35-second question. What are we doing?
Well, it's a classic. It's a classic journalist question.
Yeah?
He's been sitting on that for 15 minutes, first of all.
I know.
Or 18 minutes, right? It's a classic butter him up, 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 and then tear him down.
Then tear
because
into the roll.
if you remember, there was Lane Kiffin.
Yes.
Okay, first of all, before the first of all.
Yeah.
In what world would I have ever told you in SEC Media Days would Vanity Fair have been brought up? So in a Vanity Fair article, Lane Kiffin said that diversity was a problem in recruiting players to Ole Miss, that he couldn't recruit good players or a certain level of players because of the diversity issues at Ole Miss, and that he would be able to recruit better players at LSU. And then this reporter decided to butter him up, butter him up, butter him up. You had all these great players.
Yeah,
LSU,
but what about the
at Ole
Vanity
Miss,
Fair?
At Ole Miss, but
Yeah.
in Vanity Fair,
All right.
do you think that if now that you're at LSU and diversity is not a problem, do you think that you'll be able to recruit better players?
Here's Lane's answer.
I had a feeling that was going somewhere. You were doing like really positive stuff the whole way through.
See?
I'm like, man, this guy's good.
All right,
It
Lane's
sounds
on
like
it.
You should go work for Jimmy Sexton, man. You're like going a good direction there. I made a challenging decision and change. And I think as I look back to that, I thought I could find a way for everybody to understand. And now as I look back later on, that was never going to happen. And I made a decision that I changed jobs. And as I get older and I go through things and losing both parents, I was actually talking to Ross Dellinger, and I kind of said something that might sound kind of funny to you, but I watched the Hulk Hogan special, and I realized, and I was like, we're all going to die. And so some of the things that we put importance on, we worry about, and what this person says and that, like, really aren't going to matter. And when I lost my dad, I started thinking that, and I really started thinking, when I grew up, there were two people that I thought just wouldn't die, my dad and Hulk Hogan. And then I watched that special and realized, like, Hulk Hogan died too. Like, there's no way Hulk Hogan was ever going to not wrestle and die. And he did. And so it just made me reflect really on, like, I can't be so concerned about little things and what people say and this. And you got to make decisions. You got to go with them.
So there's Lane Kiffin, a piece of Lane Kiffin speaking to the media, SEC Media Days in Tampa, Florida, earlier this morning. I will say this. After hearing that, I think we made the right decision to go with Lane Kiffin to start the show.
Yeah,
we were debating before the show, which way should we go? Should we do this topic? Should we talk about this? Lane Kiffin, that's the winner. I mean, what? I mean, all right. Besides it being funny, I will give him a tip of the cap on the idea that he's giving you a real answer. It may be funny to listen to, but I think we're all human and different things inspire us or strike us or make us think of our mortality. And if he's watching a documentary about Hulk Hogan and it made him think of that, all right, I'll give credit to Lane Kiffin for being honest and not just giving like a wishy-washy, plain Jane answer.
Well, I also think, too, that give him credit for saying that he made a decision that he knew was going to piss people off, right? Like, he knew he was going to piss people off. And, like, on the opposite side, Pete Golding was talking about who is now the defensive coordinator for Ole Miss and now is the head coach that Lane Kiffin left, also said the same thing. He's like, look, you're not going to look for another job when you while you still have another, like, you're obviously going to go on job interviews while you have another job. Like, that's how this is going to work. Like, that's how these coaches work. And all these ADs, these athletic directors that are talking about, oh, this tampering are the same athletic directors that are going behind people's backs and trying to interview coaches.
Yeah.
So, like, look, you can talk, all these athletic directors are talking out of both sides of their mouths while you're talking to Lane Kiffin, but also you're whining about tampering with players. So, like, you can't have it both ways, which is great. I love it that these coaches are honest about everything. So Pete Golding has no ill will whatsoever to Lane Kiffin because they're still friends. In fact, Pete Golding said he lives in Lane Kiffin's old house.
That's weird.
He told him
weird,
he
dude.
told him he should change the ring camera. He's like, he goes, sorry, Lane, gonna have to change the ring camera
weird,
code.
man.
Gonna have to change the ring camera code.
That's weird to live in someone else, to one of your friends, their old house.
Their old
that's
house?
weird.
Well, I mean,
I think that's
know.
weird. That would be weird if you moved into my house.
Yeah, it would be weird. Yeah.
And it would be weird if I lived in your house. It's weird.
It would be weird.
You need separation of friendship and
I think so too.
Home.
I think so too. But I like that Lane made a decision where he was like, look, we're all going to die at some point. I got to make decisions that are good. It's going to piss some people off. It's going to make some people really happy. I got to make a decision what's best for me and my family. And what's best for me and my family. And when I was a kid, I thought that two people would live forever. My dad and Hulk Hogan. And eventually you grow up and you realize that the Hulkster is going to die. And Hulkamania doesn't go on forever.
I mean,
So some of the things that we put importance on, we worry about, and what this person says and
Lane
that,
Kiffin.
like, really aren't going to matter. And when I lost my dad, I started thinking that, and I really started thinking, when I grew up, there were two people that I thought just wouldn't die, my dad and Hulk Hogan. And then I watched that special.
I would say so. So that's one aspect that's amazing from the clip, and then also the 35-second question.
When you were at Ole Miss,
from
you
the
led
reporter,
them to the third most wins in the conference since 22. You had 10 players.
I got to be honest.
At least he didn't talk about tortillas.
You know what? It reminds me of the reporter at Big 12 Media Day asking the commissioner of the conference about the tortillas.
Sean Dillon, Rocket Brigade. Commission, Texas Tech got fined over tortillas.
What?
And tortillas were banned outright. OSU paddles broke an always maker rule, has a tradition exemption. Sorsby never played a snap for the Red Raiders. Big 12 sued them anyway, while Cincinnati hasn't been yet touched. You're selling greater than 12. Why should Texas Tech fans believe it?
Can you sit? Let me come closer.
Your
Let me come
mark.
closer. Let me come closer.
Let me come closer. Stand up. Stand
Ask
up.
that question again, and
Do that
I'm
again,
gonna
buddy.
give you the answer I want to give you. So go ahead.
Texas Tech got fined for tortillas, and tortillas were
I
banned.
love the idea. Look, and I respect all the media members. I respect all of you, right?
Oh,
Like,
you respect all the media members
all
now.
of, all of them.
All of them.
All of them. Even the ones that, put out stuff on Twitter that they should be texting.
Oh, wow. You want to name names? Or?
No, sometimes
okay.
you're supposed to put stuff on you that you text on Twitter.
All right. All right,
and-
Tweedledum.
Twinkledum.
Go ahead.
And so there's a lot of people that are at these SEC media days and Big 12 media days. You're going to get one question, maybe two, right? And I like the idea that these guys, in my mind, they've written their question like the night before, and they're getting ready in the morning. And they're like brushing their teeth, and they're like,
especially the guy at the Big 12 media day.
I got a good one. He's brushing his teeth,
Sean
and he's like
Dillon,
tying his
Rocket
tie. He's
Brigade.
like, I got a good one today, man.
Texas Tech got fined.
He's putting his
over
laptop bag
tortilla.
on. He's like, I got a good one.
He was ready, man.
He's eating his continental
was ready.
breakfast. He's like, I got a good one today.
Well, we've been in those sessions. We've been there. We've sat in the crowd.
That's why I don't ask questions.
Usually, I just sit there and observe. I don't need to ask a question about tortillas.
I don't ask the questions, man. I just sit there. In fact, I was told once, I was lucky enough, when I was an intern, I was lucky enough to go to a press conference, a Blackhawks press conference here in Chicago, and I was told, don't ask anything, hold the mic, don't say anything, keep your mouth shut.
Keep your mouth shut, kid.
And I've lived by that. I keep my mouth shut and I just hold the microphone.
It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. There is new information about LeBron James. Apparently, he's waiting on something else to fall before he makes a decision. We'll tell you what that is coming up next. When you speed while driving, you have less time to react to whatever comes across your path. A sharp turn could take you by surprise, causing you to veer off the road. Another car could turn out in front of you, leading to a fender bender.
A truck could brake suddenly, injuring you and the other driver. A cyclist could enter the road ahead, and your impact could send them to the hospital. A pedestrian could be walking their dog, and your foot on the gas might lead to a tragedy.
You may not think that any of these things could happen to you, but you won't see them until they happen. When you're speeding, you don't have time to course correct. You don't have time to stop.
And it only takes an instant for a disaster to strike. The speed limit isn't just there to protect you. It's there to protect your passengers, other drivers, cyclists, pedestrians, and everyone sharing the road.
So slow down, obey the law, and help keep everyone around you safe.
Speeding catches up with you, paid for by NHTSA.
The 49ers start training camp Saturday. Future Hall of Famer Mike Evans joins a talented roster. Can San Francisco stay healthy and finish the job to secure their 6th Super Bowl title? Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
Kevin O'Connor reports for Yahoo, does a really good job covering the NBA. He posted yesterday an article that says sources believe LeBron James is slow playing his decision to see if any of his suitors can find a way to land Anthony Davis or Kyrie Irving. The problem is that AD and Kyrie do not seem available for trade. He has a full column up on yahoo.com. So, I mean, it is what's fascinating to me about the LeBron James thing as we continue to sit here and to wait all summer long for LeBron James to figure out where he's going to play. Yeah, hit the sound.
Hit it.
Jeez.
I hear this in my sleep.
Who is he?
Nightmare.
Will he build another super team?
Got to start with Superman. Man, I could have used him on the Cavs.
How many weeks will he stretch this?
Not 2, not 3, not 4, Now 5.
LeBron Watch 2026 with Bleck and Abdalla.
The answer to the question everybody wants to know. LeBron, what's your decision?
In this form, I'm going to take my talents.
So, yeah, the new information today is that sources are telling Kevin O'Connor that LeBron could be waiting to see if any of the teams, his suitors, which is funny because, like, his suitors, if any of his suitors.
Is this The Bachelorette?
Well, the other, I know, I don't think I've told you this, but I've seen The Odyssey. I saw it last week, and talking about suitors in the film is a large plot point. All the suitors in the house while he's gone, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it could be either form there.
Yeah. Did you see The Odyssey last
I saw it. It was good.
Was it? Okay.
Nice, cute little film.
Your eyes are getting closer and closer together to form one
Cyclops eye.
The more you talk about it.
It's a nice, cute little film.
Yeah,
Did you hear they didn't use a lot of CGI?
Yeah.
I heard that's out there too.
Yeah, a little art house film.
Yeah, cute little film. Upstart director too.
Shot with an iPhone.
Upstart director with I think first time lead.
Yeah.
Pretty nice guy.
Shot with an iPhone.
I think he's got a career ahead of him. Matt Damon or something.
For vertical.
Yeah, I think he's got something ahead of himself. I think this is going to work. I think he should stick to acting. Yeah. I think that could work for him.
Maybe.
But so his suitors, LeBron's suitors, that he's waiting to see if any of those teams could trade for Anthony Davis or Kyrie Irving. So those teams would be Golden State, Miami, Cleveland, Minnesota. But I would say if you look at Miami can't trade for either of those players. Golden State was the team that was rumored, and then they re-signed Kristaps Porzingis. It's not going to happen. And as Kevin O'Connor points out in his article on Yahoo Sports, neither player's available.
Well, okay, but
in their current situation. So what is he doing? He's just delaying and waiting.
I can understand Kyrie a little bit, right? Like, he's still decent. He's still in his 50 games last year. He put up 25 points, averaged 25 points a game. Like, he's still decent, right? At 32. Still decent. Anthony Davis. Why does anybody want to play with Anthony Davis anymore?
Well, he's never available.
That's my point.
He's always hurt.
Why is that name coming up still? Why are we still working with Anthony Davis? What are we doing?
I don't know, man.
Just because he's a good hang? Like, what are we doing?
All right, so this is the LeBron James situation. This is what it feels like to me. It feels like to me this is the first time in LeBron's career and in his life where he does not have control of the situation. And so he's delaying making this decision because this is the little control that he has over this basketball decision. And of course, it's free agency, so it is his decision.
It's absolutely his decision.
With that said, you don't have 27 teams in the NBA knocking down LeBron James's door.
No.
Like there was the conversation out there at the start of this saying, oh, so many teams called to reach out. Yeah, but are really all these teams willing to uproot their entire team to bring in LeBron James at this point of his career? That's not the case. He no longer is in the power position that he used to be in. So this is the first time, basketball life, personal life, where there are teams who are willing to move on with their summer because they don't have to wait around and be held hostage with LeBron James making a decision.
I think right now, Philly, as constructed, could give New York a run in the Eastern Conference Finals. That's the one team to me that doesn't need LeBron right now. Would they be better with him? Obviously. Of course they would be. But right now, as constructed, with the addition of Jaylen Brown, assuming, and you can't really assume this because it's Joel Embiid and he's never healthy. He's Anthony Davis, essentially. If you can get him healthy for the playoffs, that team could be a number one team in the East. If Embiid is healthy. If Embiid's not healthy, they could still give the Knicks a run or Boston a run for sure in the East. The other teams all kind of need LeBron. to make any form of run. Like the Heat need LeBron, the Warriors need LeBron. You know, all of the Cleveland needs LeBron. All of these other teams are waiting for him to make his decision. The only other team that's like, take your time, bro, whatever, is Philly, because they already added Jaylen Brown, and they have enough right now to compete in the East for an Eastern Conference title and a spot in the finals. They've got enough. So, and I still don't understand why Denver's not an option, because that would make the most basketball sense if he wants to try to make a shot at winning a title. But other than that, all of these teams are waiting and should be trying if they're trying to, if he's waiting to see if Kyrie or AD would be available, if Anthony Davis would be available, maybe seeing what it would take. But at that point, like, how many old guys are you trying to assemble? Like, what are we doing? This is literally turning into that Old Dogs movie with Travolta. It was Travolta, right?
Old Dogs?
Old Dogs.
Let's see. Old Dogs. Is that the name of it?
No, it's not Old Dogs. It was
Old Dogs is Travolta, yeah.
Old Dogs is a different movie, though.
With Robin Williams, Kelly Preston, Seth Green.
No, I'm thinking of
Old Dogs.
That's not what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of the motorcycle movie.
It is a film.
That is a movie, but I'm thinking of the old man motorcycle movie.
Here's what you want to see. First of all, the poster for Old Dogs. It's a Disney film. It says, "Sit, stay, play dad." Old Dogs. Two friends and business partners find their lives turned upside down when strange circumstances lead to them to be temporary guardians of 7-year-old twins.
I'm thinking of Wild Hogs.
Old Dogs.
Well, I'm thinking of Wild Hogs.
Two very different films.
I'm thinking of Wild Hogs with John Travolta, Tim Allen, Martin Lawrence, and William H.
All right,
Macy.
enough with your hogs.
Easy, buddy.
Easy with the hog there.
Wild Hogs.
I want to find out so the big twist in Old Dogs is that they're just old men who then become parents for two twins who are
I
7?
don't know. I just thought the movie, I've never seen Old Dogs. I just thought the movie was called Old Dogs and not Wild Hogs. And it's funny that they rhyme.
Well, we are having dog-hog confusion.
Dog-hog confusion.
Yes, here on the show. Yes, absolutely.
Don't get your dog confused with the hog.
No.
And get your pet spayed and neutered.
Yeah, right. Avoid peanut butter.
Yeah.
I think.
I don't know.
I think that's what you.
Don't take Skyrizi if you're allergic to Skyrizi.
First of all, I don't think. I don't think the poster's on our YouTube chat right now.
This is what they're trying to do. This would be
Bleck Abdalla
Miami.
show. Check it out on YouTube. You can watch the show.
This is Miami or Golden State. Tim Allen, John Travolta, Martin Lawrence, William H. Macy, Wild Hogs, Old Dogs.
I'm on the dogs. I'm trying to figure out what this movie is.
I don't know.
So it's just two business partners?
Why is that picture on your screen? Why is it just a picture of their pants region? Why is that? Why is it just a close-up of their...
I don't know. It's the still shot of the trailer.
Why is it just their trousers?
It's three men waiting to tee off on a tee box.
It's just a zoom into the trouser parts.
They're holding their golf clubs.
It just looks like one of their clubs is at attention, though.
They're zoom in on just the pant part.
It just looks like they've taken
Why is that there?
The leading ingredient in Blue Chew, sildenafil.
Yes, I don't think that's a pitching wedge. I think that's something else.
Looks like a 9-iron to me.
Yeah, it's a little bit. It's got a little bit more loft. Yeah, I'm just confused by this film. Travolta and Robin Williams, Old Dogs.
I didn't know this movie existed.
Two friends and business partners.
Yeah.
Their lives are turned upside down when they become guardians of two twins, two 7-year-olds.
What does Redhead have anything to do with this?
Redhead?
Yeah,
I think he's one of the twins.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, it looks like Seth Green is one of the kids, maybe? Oh, no, he's not. He's too old in the film.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Two random. Zach and Emily are the kids. Matt Dillon's in the film.
Matt Dillon?
Matt Dillon's in the film.
Okay.
Rita Wilson's in it. Kelly Preston.
Okay.
There's some names in this film. I've never seen pictures or anything about this movie in my life.
Neither have I. I just thought that was the name of Wild Hogs.
Yes, and Wild Hogs is the other one.
Old Dogs.
Old Dogs and Wild Hogs here on Bleck Abdalla. Yes. Fantastic. What were we talking about? LeBron?
LeBron. And couldn't you see him showing up in like a leather jacket? With on a little motorcycle?
Yes, with Rich Paul in the sidecar.
Yeah, and the little helmet on.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. That's what I pictured. It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app, sponsored by Progressive Commercial Insurance, protecting small businesses with affordable coverage options. Quote today at progressivecommercial.com. Do you want to get fired up for football season?
Yeah,
you want to
always.
get fired up?
Always.
There's a head coach that spoke to his team recently, and it is a speech that will get you fired up to run through a wall.
Oh, okay.
NFL. We'll play that for you coming up next.
Patriots training camp opens tomorrow. A.J. Brown arrives with enormous expectations. Can the star wideout be the missing piece for Drake May and the defending AFC champions? Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will be in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
We love the NFL here on the show.
I love the NFL.
Yeah, thank you, Bart Scott. We
I love the NFL.
love the NFL, absolutely. Bleck and Abdalla, yeah. We love the NFL. Start of the season's right around the corner. Training camps getting started around the NFL. Are you ready to get fired up, Abdalla? Do you want to get a speech to get you fired up for football season, to get going here, to talk some football?
Yes.
Yeah, you ready to do this?
I am ready.
How about this? Let's go to John Harbaugh. He spoke to the Giants. He's going to get you fired up. This is the first time speaking to the team to get you going for this upcoming season.
All right.
New York Football Giants. You ready to get fired up to run through a wall?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Here's the coach of the Giants.
Welcome, man. Good to see everybody here. You excited?
Yes, sir. Yeah, very.
A little nervous?
Nope, man.
Huh? A little nervous? A little nervous, man. Nervous? Excited nervous, you know? Nervous like you're full of game almost, man. So give this thing kick off.
Wait, what? This is the start of the speech? To get going? Get fired up? This got to be more,
This
right?
better get good.
I'm standing up here in front of the New York Giants. The New York Giants. It's the New York Giants sitting in this room. The New York Giants.
Silence in the room.
This is your guy.
It's not my guy.
No.
He's the Giants guy.
This is your guy. This is your guy.
Wow. Wow. This is honor.
Listen, hold up. So he gave the New York Giants. He said it multiple times.
Wow.
And then he looked around.
Wow.
All right, I better get to what I'm going to say because no one's responding to this.
Hear
Stand in front of this room right
pin
now.
drop.
I know as coaches, I can feel the same way, right, coaches? It's an honor, man.
Ah!
Yeah, you better say
working
yes.
heavily.
You better say yes.
They're only responding because they're getting paid to
They have
respond.
to.
Because they have to.
Otherwise, they'll get
Yes.
chewed out.
Yes, leader. We will follow you. Yes.
We've been working early and we were late getting ready for today.
What?
Today. Sitting in this chair, this seat, getting to work, getting started, our beginning. Because this is where it all begins. Together.
Oh, no.
Wait, that's the end of it?
That's it. That's it. That's all that was put online. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, man. You know okay. All right. Play the beginning of that for me again, please.
Welcome, man. Good to see everybody here.
Dude,
Yeah,
are
keep
you
going.
going to point out what have you seen what's all over online about that at the start? Do you hear it?
Welcome, man. Good to see everybody here.
Do you hear that?
No.
Do you know what everyone online saying that sounds like?
No.
Do you,
Welcome, man. Good to see everybody here.
No. What does that sound like?
Joe Biden. Everyone thinks that it sounds like Joe Biden.
Yeah. But
Li-
keep
listen,
going.
listen closely
It
to the
does.
start.
Yeah, it does.
Welcome, man. Good to see everybody here.
Doesn't that sound like
Excited?
Biden?
Yes, sir. Yeah, very.
It does a little bit.
Nope, man.
Huh? A little nervous? A little nervous, man. Nervous? Excited nervous, you know? Nervous like you're full of game almost, man. So give this thing kick off.
Yeah.
I was
Standing
going to
up here
say,
in front of
you can stop it right there. I was going to say, it gives me very, like, if Russell Wilson was a coach vibes.
Oh yeah. No, you're right.
Like in the
It's-
commercial, like, you try my sandwich?
Yeah.
It's spicy.
Yeah, Mr. Unlimited.
Like,
Unlimited.
like it's
Yeah.
very forced.
You're right.
No one's responding.
No, people are just watching.
Like, it's just like very,
The hell's this guy doing?
what is going on?
Like, cause and you're right. The weird like talking to himself reminds me of when Russ was talking about the wristband.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what he said, but I think won a lot of games there without one on the wrist. Put it, and I didn't know winning or losing mattered if you wore a wristband or not. But I think that do whatever it takes to make sure that we're rolling and moving and everything else. The few times I've definitely worn a wristband, depending on the game plan and what we have called and all that stuff. But
yeah, thank you, Russell Wilson. But yeah, you're right. It's
See?
The New York Giants. The New York Giants. This is a New York Giants sitting in this room. The New York Giants. Wow. It's an honor. It's an honor.
That's the best part. Though, listen, realizing that no one responded to the New York Giants and okay, so
it's
and
weird,
then moving
man.
on to the conversation.
But that's your guy. Listen, that's your guy.
I don't know if that's my
you
guy.
You think that he's going to be?
I think the Giants are going to be better.
The savior of the New York Football
No,
Giants.
they're going to get back to respectability.
That's the same guy with the
that's what it
same
is.
credentials as Mike McCarthy. But people think he's the greatest thing since sliced bread of football, right?
Yeah, I mean,
God's greatest gift to football. John Harbaugh.
I just think that
culture setter.
They will just be a better team.
Will they?
This upcoming season.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think
Their
so.
running backs doing backflips that he can't land.
Yeah, well, that's not great.
Their quarterbacks dividing the locker room.
Yes, Jackson Dart, he's out there. Yeah, I mean.
What are you going to do?
What's up? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look great. But I think, yeah.
Stand in front of this room right now.
This is the guy.
I
This is
know
the
as
guy that
coaches,
lead
I
them.
can feel the same way, right, coaches?
Yeah. Everyone nod. Yes.
We've been working, haven't we? We've been working early and we were late getting ready for today.
Okay. All right. That's cringe. That's rough. That's a rough go.
It's your guy, man.
That's a tough look. Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. We do have news in the NFL. Ian Rappaport from ESPN and the NFL Network. The Raiders have signed the number 1 pick, Fernando Mendoza, to a 4-year, $57.27 million fully guaranteed contract with a 5th-year option. So Mendoza and the Raiders have agreed. I don't think this was going to be an issue. I know it was pointed out for the last couple of weeks that he's yet to sign, but I didn't get the idea that he wasn't going to be ready for the start of training camp. So Mendoza has now signed, and he will be ready to report to camp with everyone else.
Yeah, they report to camp next week, and this isn't surprising. I think the rookies report early than everybody else does, and so he's probably just in the building and signs and everything like that. I think that, when Indiana, the Hoosiers had a chance to go to the White House to, as every winning team does have a chance to go to the White House, he didn't go because he didn't want to miss an OTA. That's how dedicated he was. So it's not like he was holding out or anything like that. He's ready to be the starting quarterback if he wins the job. This was never a question of working or holding out or anything like that. This was a deal that was going to get done. I don't know what the negotiations was, but this is Mendoza's not a guy that was ever going to hold out or anything like that. This was probably just the agents negotiating offset language, stuff like that, whatever. But now he signed, no problem. And I think they're going to give him every chance possible to win the job, and they want him to win the job. And Kirk Cousins has done a good job of also saying that, look, if he's not good enough, then Mendoza should be QB1. And I think that that's what they brought Kirk Cousins in for, to be that guy.
So the latest news, the Raiders have now signed the number 1 pick in the NFL draft, Fernando Mendoza, 4-year, $57 million fully guaranteed contract with a 5th-year option. And I would start him from day one. Everything coming out of Las Vegas is that they are not going to do that. I feel like we've seen so many quarterbacks benefit from learning on the job, being the guy in training camp, and then also at the start of the season of their rookie year, to then by the time you get to the end of year 1, the end of year 2, you see a development process where the quarterbacks are coming into their own. And I think you just have to go back 2 classes ago. There was a draft class with a bunch of guys that were selected in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Drake May, Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, Bo Nix. All four of them at different points in their first 2 years have looked fantastic and looked like stars. And allowing them to get out there early and to play allows the development to take place. Now, I know that Jaden Daniels took a step back last season. With that said, the talk around the Commanders this offseason is putting in a pro-style offense that isn't specifically catered to what he did in college football, which we both thought was a mistake from the jump to begin with. So now they're kind of working backwards to get him back on to the level that the other guys, Nix, Williams, and May, have been on because they've been working in a, quote, pro-style offense. And if you don't recall the stories, is Cliff Kingsbury, when Daniels was drafted, they essentially mimicked and put in a lot of the playbook that he had in college. So it was an easier, a quicker take for him to learn at the start of his rookie year. And honestly, you saw it. I mean, he was great in the rookie year. Last year, it was a bit of a struggle because that stuff wasn't really working. And you have to be able to play quarterback in the NFL with your back to the defense. And what that means is you're under center and you are taking your dropbacks and you are in play action situations where you are turning your entire back to the defense and trusting when you snap your neck around and look at the defense, you know what's going to be taking place because you're established and you have enough experience.
And I'm not saying that the Raiders are going to be a playoff team in the first 2 years, but all of those quarterbacks got to the playoffs in their first 2 years.
Yeah,
Jaden Daniels in his first year, the rest of them in their first 2 years. Drake May got to a Super Bowl in his second year. Jaden Daniels to an NFC Championship game in his first year. So it can work out immensely if you start the kid in his first year.
It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Jake Paul, the boxer, the YouTube star, says he might play in the NFL. Really? We'll talk about that coming up next.
This is Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will be in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
That's right, Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app, Sirius XM, Channel 375, and all of our great radio affiliates around the country. I'm Chris Bleck along with Adam Abdalla on the air until 3 Eastern, live from Chicago each and every day. You can call or text the show at 310-840-4910. Hanging out with you for the next 2 hours right here on Westwood One Sports. Mr. Abdalla, can you explain to me the Paul brothers, Jake and Logan Paul?
Well, Chris, when a man loves a woman,
yeah,
they sometimes have a baby.
Oh, okay.
And then sometimes they have two babies.
Sure.
And usually they'll either be brother and sister, or sometimes they'll be brother and brother, or sometimes they'll be sister and sister.
All right. Why did I ask?
In this case, they had two boys, and they became the Paul brothers.
That's not what I meant.
Jake and Logan Paul.
Yes.
One of them is a wrestler slash entertainer.
Okay.
And one of them is a boxer slash ass.
Okay. All right.
He's not like the nicest guy in the world.
Oh, so there's one that's specifically like a jerk?
Yeah, like like he's a boxer kind of, but like even like the joke is he only boxes like he's let's see, how old is Jake Paul?
He's
is 29 years old, and his boxing record, let's see, hold on. Boxing record, he has fought, this is the guy that fought Mike Tyson. Famously fought Mike Tyson.
An old Mike Tyson.
Wouldn't knock him out of respect, most likely. He also fought Nate Robinson, the former NBA player.
Okay.
He lost to Tommy Fury. Nate Diaz, the former MMA fighter. And in his last fight, got the absolute blank rocked out of him by Anthony Joshua. Broke his jaw because he did the classic F around and find out. And Anthony Joshua knocked him out.
So as if he's not fighting old men, he's getting his ass handed to him?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, again, I'm asking you because I know of them. I don't really understand why people find them entertaining. You said one's an entertainer.
Oh, he's
Is
like
he-
a
is he
wrestler. He's
entertaining?
like a wrestler. So like,
No, I know.
yeah.
I know he's doing wrestling.
Yeah, I would say that he at least is the more. I don't know. What
just
do you
feel
rate
like
success by? Because I think like
this is
Jake
what I'm
has
pointing
made
to.
a lot more money boxing than Logan has probably made.
Yeah, because there's spectacle
wrestling?
events, and,
Yeah.
and one of them, I believe it was the Mike Tyson fight. Netflix, who hosted the event, it like kept crashing throughout the fight, right?
Yeah, but he
that
still
was
got,
the fight.
He still got paid for
No,
it.
I
you
know
what
he got
mean?
paid. And I know that people pay attention, but like, do people actually find them entertaining, or are they just trolls? Are they just two individuals that troll, and so they get attention?
Yes.
And so they're famous because they get attention, but they
Yes.
don't actually do anything that's of value to anything.
Well, I don't know if you know this, Chris, but one of them's got a podcast.
Well, I'm sure they have a
I think
podcast.
they have podcasts. Yeah, I think they have podcasts.
Do they really?
Yeah, I think they have podcasts.
Good for them.
I know. I believe Paul has they're both Paul. They're the Paul brothers. Logan has a podcast.
Oh, him too.
Yeah, I think he's got a podcast.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they have
Yes.
podcasts.
Yeah. Well, listen.
No, I'm just asking because like I know that they're on YouTube. I know that they have the podcast stuff, and they were social media influencers to get started at a younger age. But it goes along the same lines in my head with like the Kardashians, right? Like, guys, we're driving around, we're listening to the station. You may know someone who follows all the Kardashian crap, but like, what did any of them ever accomplish? That's why I'm asking. That's what I'm saying. Like, did they, outside of having a reality
One of them had
show?
a very successful movie.
Oh, a feature film? Yeah. A full length?
One of them had. It depends on who you ask.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, I thought Raj was gonna say Ray J. All right.
No.
It depends on who you ask.
Yeah.
If it was,
No.
Well, and so yeah, I mean,
July 23rd, 2026. I always wondered when we'd go too far. We went too far, Abdallah.
No,
I think
we
we
did
went too
not.
far.
That's not
I think we went too far.
Please,
Come on.
Raj, we used to work for the Mouse, and that would have flown on the Mouse.
We
would have been okay with that. We wouldn't have gotten trouble. We
on.
would not have gotten in trouble at the old place for that. So
There's
we
no
can
way.
we can let it fly here. I mean, you listen to Rome's show
Easy.
sometimes.
That's
the
a
things
great
that Rome
movie.
says.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, we're good.
Rome says a lot worse.
We're good. I think, my point is, in this world of look at me, social media crap, it feels like they're very much like the male version of Kardashians, where they don't actually accomplish anything or bring anything of talent to the table other than just being trolls. That's
Yeah.
what it feels like to me.
Yeah, yeah.
And now I know various Kardashians. One's a model. One's got makeup lines. Kim's got Skims and all this other stuff. They've got stuff that
Look,
they've done now.
And you have to admit that is successful.
Yes, and they've been a very long-running reality TV show. So,
But I would say, as
get
someone
it.
who doesn't follow wrestling, and what we've heard from Raj is that Logan Paul is not a very good wrestler, that the fans don't really like him.
Yeah, he's a troll.
And yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He's a troll.
Yeah. And that as far as boxers go, you watch a lot more boxing than I do.
Yeah, the guy sucks.
The guy's not good.
He's not good.
And when he faces real boxers,
Gets his ass kicked.
Gets his ass kicked.
And he fights old men.
He finds
and then he like
former NBA players.
He's parading around in the ring flexing like he did something. Mike Tyson is old. He's an old man.
Yeah.
He could barely get through the fight without having like a heart attack.
Yeah.
Like, you're not accomplishing anything like that. Okay. That was all to set the scene because Jake Paul, I believe it was Front Office Sports, had a conversation with Jake Paul. So you have a reporter talking to Jake Paul. Take a listen to this audio.
Can you talk us through your plan to get to the NFL more?
I mean, it's pretty simple. Just like when I started boxing, it's funny to see the tweet and deleters out there, the non-believers, the naysayers. Shout out to Drake. I think there's a lot of super mediocrity in the NFL, a lot of not good athletes, a lot of people dropping passes on a consistent basis. I have better hands than them. I'm faster than them. I'm stronger than them. I work harder than them. Really, all it's going to take is just me after boxing, practicing some routes. I have a couple teams and coaches that I've already talked to that are interested in bringing me onto the team. It's really going to be quite easy.
Do you have a dream team you'd like to play for?
I mean, I'd love to go to the Cleveland Browns. Been a Browns fan my whole entire life. My mom is a diehard Browns fan, and I think they could use some good receivers over there. Number 17, Browns reserve the jersey now. Thank you.
Jake Paul.
Please.
Front Office Sports. In the video.
Do it.
Yes, saying that he could play in the NFL after he's done boxing. He's 29, by the way, that he will just run some routes, and then he can play in the NFL.
I hope he does. I hope he does. I hope he does. I hope he makes it. I hope he makes it.
So he's just a troll, right?
I want him to do it because I want him to get humbled. Like I want him to do it because I want him to. Well, I want him out there.
He would never make an NFL team.
No, I want him out there.
Let's be real about it.
I want him to make the all meme team that is now the Cleveland Browns with Shedeur Sanders and what is going to be maybe Jake Paul, because like this all has to be a work, right? Like this all has to be a thing that folds into Tom Brady somehow, right? Because if you remember, Tom Brady said that his brother was not as good of an athlete because of all the wrestling stuff and doing little flips and things didn't make you real, because football players are actual athletes.
Yes.
And doing this is what Brady said to me. I'm not saying it. This is what Brady said.
I know.
This is what Tom Brady said. And this is what led to their little feud with the little slaps. And so and you know, and giving each other the finger and whatnot.
Yes.
And so I feel like this is all going into each other. Like this is all leading into, this is all will be tied into something together, right?
Yes.
If the Paul brothers are working together and Brady's part of this is all something that is going to feed into each other.
Can you talk us through your plan to get to the NFL more?
I mean, it's pretty simple. Just like when I started boxing, it's funny to see the tweet and deleters out there, the non-believers, the naysayers. Shout out to Drake. I think.
Okay, that right there. You're not an NFL player. So there are the naysayers, the tweeters and deleters. Well, the reason people will tell you can't play in the NFL is because you don't play in the NFL. If I said I'm going to go play in the NFL, people would then respond on a post saying, you're crazy. You can't play in the NFL. This is just we are in an era of people that just say nonsense and it doesn't matter because they're just trolls for attention. That's what it is.
Yeah. Well, he's also been told, like, I think in his last, I thought I saw something because he was at the Fanatics thing like everybody else was, and saying that he's been told he should not box again because if he breaks, he can't handle another jaw break because of how bad Anthony Joshua broke his jaw.
I remember that.
Now he's got it. I mean, look, he's got probably a ton of money, but if he goes and does something else, like he needs to go do something else.
Yeah, and Raj is pointing out Brock Lesnar tried to play in the NFL, could not make it. The Rock is an incredible athlete. He wasn't able to get to the NFL.
Yeah, but he played college football. Like,
but that's what I'm saying. They're college football players that could not play.
He was a legit athlete. You know what I mean?
They both are.
But
that's my point. Is like you don't just because you think of it on a podcast, you don't just get to become an NFL player. That's not how the world works.
I think he should try.
Well, of course. I would love to see him get to go over the middle at 6'1" and try and catch a pass and just get laid out.
I think he should go to
that would be great.
I think he should go to a fully padded practice, and he should go out there full Johnny Knoxville style and go to, you know what? I don't go to the Browns. Let's go to the Rams and let's let Myles Garrett at him. Let's let the best you want to beat the best? Okay. Let's let Myles Garrett at him and see what's what.
All right, so let me ask you this question at 310-840-4910. If you made a list of people that are on the category of just go away, who's at the top of your list of the just go away category? If you had a list, because I feel like the Paul brothers are pretty close to the top of my list of just go away. I don't care at all about the shtick, the troll job, whatever you're doing with Tom Brady, trying to say you're calling out the NFL, the players are unathletic. Are we serious? Like, what are we doing with this? Like, it's idiotic. So if you had someone on the top of your list for just go away, I'm pretty sure Logan and Jake Paul are at the top of my list.
The very top of your list.
Yeah, I mean, think about the individuals in the sports world, the entertainment world that annoy you.
Yeah.
You don't need to see anymore. They're at the top of my list. 310-840-4910. Just go away.
The problem is I like Tom Brady. I like him as a broadcaster. I don't like what he's doing right now. I don't like whatever this work is that he's trying to do, and maybe he's trying to buy. There's rumors out there that Raj told us about that he might be trying to buy into TKO or something, but just buy into it. Like, you don't have to do this. Like, Shaq owns a bunch of Papa John's. He's not out there slinging pizza. You know, he's not out there delivering pizzas and making the dough. You know what I mean? Like,
what's he slinging?
Pizzas. You know, like, he's not throwing the dough up into the air. You know what I mean?
Although, like, I think if you follow enough of Shaquille O'Neal's life, he actually like partakes in a lot of his business ventures.
I understand
but
that.
You're right.
But
he's not making the actual pizzas.
Like, I'm sure he has a hand in it somehow. Like, pardon the expression, like literally. But a hand.
Why is that pardon?
Like a hand in the dough. Like, has a hand in the dough. You know what I mean? Like, he's making the dough.
All right, now we've gone too far.
Like a hand in the dough.
That's too far.
Like a hand in the dough. Like, I've made pizzas before. I delivered pizzas. You got to put your hand in the dough.
You were the delivery boy. Why were you making the pizza?
Because sometimes you're short staffed and you gotta help out. Sometimes, listen, it's all hands on deck. Sometimes, man, people calling sick. It's work.
I hope you washed those hands.
Of course I did. Listen, and so I didn't mean anything dirty by it. I just meant you got to put your hand in the dough, and maybe he's putting his hand in the dough.
All right.
But I feel like this for Brady is like, listen, man, you're making $325 million from Fox. Just announce your games. You want to have side hustles and own part of TKO and own card shops? That's fine. Show up to the card shops, make your appearances, go to Fanatics Fest, whatever. But like slapping Logan Paul, that's part of you needs to go away.
Oh, I agree.
So can I just say, like, stay in the booth? Can that be mine? Stay in the booth?
Yeah, you'd like to trap Brady in the booth. you'd like to stick him in there. Just make him stay.
Stay in the booth, Brady?
He and Burkhardt. Just stay in the booth.
Well, Burkhardt can do whatever he wants to. Burkhardt can come and go as he pleases.
He can roam?
Yeah, he can roam wherever he wants to. I got no problem with Burkhardt.
Yeah, so you can text the show at 310-840-4910. Who would you like to go away in the sports world? Because I'm sick of the Paul brothers. 443, it's Derek in Baltimore, I believe, is the one texting this. He says, Logan Paul can actually wrestle. He's pretty good. Nothing special, but a good, solid wrestler who takes it seriously. Derek from Baltimore. All right, that's a fair point.
Listen, if you're putting in the work, then whatever. That's fine. I give you credit there if you're putting in the work. But if you're just there and you're not taking it seriously and you're just there for the paycheck, then I not. But I don't like it. But if you're seriously putting in the work and trying, and maybe it's just not your thing, then at least you're trying.
Well, and that's my
remember when Tebow played baseball?
Yeah, he
tried to play baseball.
Yeah,
he didn't just try to show up and be like, I'm gonna make a roster, or whatever. He went to the minors. He went to training camp. Like, he legit tried. He just wasn't very good at it.
Michael Jordan did it.
Yeah,
Michael
he
Jordan
tried to play baseball. Exactly.
He tried to play baseball.
Exactly.
He wasn't good enough to be in the majors, but he rode the buses. He was down in spring training, and he was playing in the minors.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, if an individual wants to try to accomplish something new, for sure, I have no issue with that. But to say that when I'm done boxing someday, I'm just gonna flip over here and play in the NFL, like, Jake Paul, you're wrong. That's not going to happen.
No.
You're not going to do that.
No.
Especially since you weren't a special athlete to start. Like that's where the Brock Lesnar, the Dwayne The Rock Johnson comparisons fall.
You're not even good at boxing.
Well, they both played football.
Yeah.
They were football players before they went to the wrestling route.
Yes.
And then after the wrestling route, at times they were trying to make the NFL. So that to me is something totally different when you look at it. So you can text the show. Who would you like to go away? Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app, 310-840-4910. From the 630, I I wish Tony Romo would quit.
Oh.
He was good at first, but he hasn't improved.
Jim. I think someone got to Romo because he laid off the sound effects.
Yeah, he definitely sounded like muted.
Yeah.
You ever have a friend that's like you question whether or not they're like on something?
He's been neutered.
Yeah, right. Because they're like their personality isn't what it used to be.
Yeah.
It's like someone told them, hey, all those little noises that you make,
Stop it.
No one wants to hear that.
People don't like that.
Let's see. From the 925, Hudson in Idaho texts the show. He says, as much as Jake and Logan Paul are annoying, I would still like to see Logan and Tom Brady go at it in the ring, and I would like to see Jake play in the NFL.
Remember when they did that celebrity?
That's a
They
fair
did
point.
that celebrity boxing thing. Like, come on, what are we doing?
Yeah, I also remember when the athletes were racing animals, cheetahs.
Hey,
remember that?
Hey, Devin Hester beat that cheetah fair and square.
Wasn't that a Fox show?
Yes.
On TV?
Devin Hester beat that cheetah fair and square. All right?
It's Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports. We will get Raj's pick to that question coming up next.
The Rams traded for Myles Garrett. And now comes the hard part. Living up to the expectations. Can NFL MVP Matthew Stafford make one more Super Bowl run? LA's training camp starts Saturday. Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
It's Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Raj Sharon will join us now as we go to parts unknown in Colorado.
And the next question comes from the line of Raj Sharan with Westwood One. Please proceed.
Please proceed. It's a Thursday, so it's time for a little over and under. But Raj, before we get to the over and unders, I want you to answer the question. We've got some really good text messages. I'm going to read a couple of them to you, and then I also want your answer as well.
Okay.
So here's the question on the table. Who in sports or entertainment do you wish to just go away? You're sick of. Raj, how would you answer that question?
Mine actually was pretty easy. Rich Paul. I know agents run sports. I get it. But come on, dude, you're a LeBron James agent. Like you're not like that important to like run all of sports. Just very annoying. I have a personal reason because I feel like he's screwing with my team because clutch reps Peyton Watson. And so it's like, dude, like, can we just end this, Rich? You're LeBron James's agent. You don't need to be that important. I'll go with
That's a good one.
That's a good pick. So you can call or text the show at 310-840-4910. Text from the 209, Raj. This is from Chad in California. He says, my go-away list would be pretty long, but LeBron would be my number one round draft pick on the Hit the Bricks draft. Shout out to Chad in California.
Hit the Bricks draft.
Let's see. Who else? Let's go with... I'm going to go with the... Where did that text go? It was a good one, Abdalla. We were just talking about it.
While you're looking for it on the YouTube chat, we've got Rich Paul, Logan Paul, Jake Paul. A lot of Pauls. They're not all brothers. Paul George. Yep. So a lot of Pauls, not all related.
Paul George. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Paul George. Jason Kelsey also came in on the YouTube chat.
The 720. This is Guy from Cheyenne. He writes, I'd like to see the Monfort brothers sell the Rockies and go away. The owners of the Rockies, they won't spend money on decent pitching. He then added, by the way, Logan Paul thinks he thinks that bull riders aren't athletes. He should come on out to Cheyenne Frontier Days and ride a bull for 8 seconds. I'd love to see that.
CFD is going on. CFD is lit if you guys want to come to Parts Unknown. It gets pretty crazy at CFD.
From the 504.
I'll co-sign the Monfort ones. I would die for Michael Reinsdorf to buy the Rockies because he'd be such an upgrade over the Rockies.
You don't want that.
That's saying a lot.
You don't want that. Let's see. 504 says Mickey Loomis would have been fired in any other NFL city. Mickey, get the blank out of here. All right, good text.
You found Tyler Shock? Come on.
Yeah, I guess. I suppose. So there you go. Good text. Keep them coming. 310-840-4910. One last one before we get started with over and unders. From the 816, the go away list is Jake and Logan Paul, Travis and Jason Kelsey, Tony Romo. This is a long list. Screamin' A. Smith, Dave Portnoy, and all of McAfee's chuckle puppets. They all make the list. That's pretty good. That's a good list. Just go away. So there you go. Keep them coming. 310-840-4910. Shout out to all of our texters here on Bleck and Abdalla.
Yeah. That's
What's
a
up,
good
Raj?
One.
You want to play a little over-under?
Well, you play a little over-under, guys, and we're going to start in college football. A lot of talk about the college football playoff, which has grown and grown and grown, and maybe it'll grow some more. So I ask you this, Adam Abdalla, the ideal amount of teams in the college football playoff is over or under 13.5 teams.
Under. Next question.
Yeah, I'll take this. I'll jump in.
I mean,
so you're saying not only you don't want growth, you want it to revert back. You want to take teams out.
Yeah.
Where
Oh
we are
God,
right
yeah.
now.
I was upset when we went to 4. I understand 4.
Yeah.
I would like. 8 would be fine. I'd be fine with 6. You get to give to a bye or whatever. I didn't mind the BCS. I think 4 was a good number. 4 was a solid number.
Yeah, okay, so here's my thought. Raj, my answer would be under. And to Abdalla's point, 4 was a solid number if that's what we have to do. With that said, I don't think it's necessary to have this for this particular sport. I think it's okay that many different sports settle their champions in different ways. In college football, for the history of the sport, it was unnecessary to have this big tournament to figure out who the best college football team is and was for previous seasons. So I would go under. I'm fine with 4. I do see the argument that if you wanted to expand it to 6 or 8, I could kind of understand that conversation. But really, getting it to a point where it's going to be 24 teams is ridiculous. That's not what college football is about.
No.
So I'm going to go under on that.
The charm of college football has always been the regular season. It's the sport the regular season means the most. By the way, Roy chimes in with Kendrick Perkins on his list.
Oh, okay.
Big Perk. Big
Roy,
Perk.
you want
Perk
Big Perk
a little bit. All right, Roy.
Okay, go away. I love it.
All right, guys,
Shout
next up, a copy and paste for the 3rd straight week. At this time, we have asked this same question, so we're going to ask it again. LeBron will announce his choice in over or under 6.5 days. Will we be here at this same bat time, this same bat channel next week asking the exact same question as we have the previous 3? LeBron, over under 6.5 days, Black.
You know, I feel like we're playing roulette, and I keep hitting. Or I haven't hit yet, and therefore I keep playing the same red or black selection because it's got to hit at some point.
Yeah.
I'm going to go under. We've got to find out by the weekend that he's selecting somewhere. And I keep saying that,
his
but
press conference is
happen.
Monday, right?
Well, that's what was leaked from the Miami Heat yesterday.
Dude, if it is, that would be so amazing if there's a press conference
It'd be great.
in South Beach on Monday.
I think I said on Monday that it would be yesterday or today. It was either Monday or Friday that I said it would be Wednesday or Thursday. So my deadline at TikTok, man. LeBron,
Yeah, well.
come on, man.
Do we, if the press conference is on Monday, are we carrying that live here on Westwood One Sports?
I think we have to, don't we?
Is that a thing?
I think we have to.
Are we allowed to openly mock and carry it live?
Yeah, absolutely. I will, I've been saying over consistently. So I feel like, let's see. God, that puts us at the 30th? That puts us at the end of July? I'm going to keep going over. I don't know. You keep playing red. I'm going to keep playing black. Eventually, one of us is going to hit, man.
I guess.
One of us has got to hit. I'm going to keep playing over.
Okay. I'll go under, you go over.
All right.
All right,
Raj.
guys. Next up, Glenn Powell. He's a good-looking fella. He's got a very Chris Bleck-like jawline. He is set to play Lou Gehrig in a biopic that just got announced. So I ask you, my dream sports biopic would be blank playing blank. Abdalla?
Michael B. Jordan playing Michael Jordan.
Okay. All right.
That was the fastest one I could think. That's the fastest one I could think of.
I mean, it would have to be a great story for it to be a movie. So, like, I don't know if it's necessarily cherry picking the top player, right?
We've done enough of these already. Like, come
Biopics?
on. Yeah, like there's an Anthony Bourdain one coming out. Did you see the trailer for this one?
Why?
There's an Anthony Bourdain. It's about him like first starting out. He's like shucking oysters the whole time. It's like the whole movie is him shucking oysters.
As like a sous chef?
Yeah, it's all the whole movie's him shucking oysters for an hour and a half.
I did see that. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I feel like the biopics I'm not really looking forward to. So if you say Glenn Powell's going to play Lou Gehrig, like why?
Why
are we doing this?
Why do we need this?
All right, let me see if I can pull from my mind like something ridiculous that could be awesome. All right, let's see. The biopic will be Ric Flair. And playing Ric Flair will be, because Raj, here's my thought. Rick, he's lived a life.
He has lived a life. He has lived a life.
A wild life.
That's almost got to be a full TV show. Like
outside
I need
the ring.
episodes.
Outside of the squared circle, Ric Flair has lived an exciting.
Nature's done some nature.
Yes. Rich life. And I think that would be fun. So now we need to cast Ric Flair in our movie. Who could
A lot of
Ric
people
Flair?
say Will Ferrell in Eastbound and Down looked a lot like Ric Flair.
Okay.
He
I guess it
did,
depends
but that's
what
like
age you're
older
starting
Ric.
at.
That's
I
like
need a young guy.
That's like
Rick.
midlife to old Ric Flair.
I need a young guy ready to take the life by the, someone that's ready to.
Cojones.
Yeah. Who's a young actor
I was about to
who's
say
like
Efron,
ready?
but he already played another wrestler. He was a Von Erich.
I mean,
yeah,
is
that's
it?
true.
He could
Is
do
it?
it,
What's
though.
his face? Is it Powell?
Glenn Powell?
Is it
If he
Powell?
played Ric
Could Glenn-
Flair?
Yeah.
Could Glenn
Does he
Powell
have
be
the
Ric Flair?
charisma? Could he bring
He's
the charisma?
He's kind of funny.
Can
I
he cut a
mean,
promo?
He's kind of funny.
Could he tell? Could he say the things that Ric Flair
Could he
said?
do the woo? Could he do the woo?
I don't know. I feel like I'm laying everyone down. So let me. Okay, let's go with who's a young actor that could play Ric Flair. That's tough. I'm seeing a blank because like the only young actor I keep seeing is like Adam Driver. And that's
Tom
not gonna
Holland.
work.
No, he's not gonna work.
Tom
That's too
Holland.
serious. Oh,
Ew.
come on.
I said Chalamet. It's got to be Chalamet.
He's too way
Chalamet is the
Could you
name. Come
imagine
on.
with blonde hair and like bulked up? He's on steroids
blow
and he's
away
like
in the wind.
He's like all jacked up.
Listen, if anybody's
All right,
gonna
Raj,
commit
I'll
to
go-
it,
I'll go with that.
who's,
Chalamet will take it
who's
seriously.
what's his face that came out of the cornfield for the All-Star game?
Kevin Costner?
No, not the this year. This year, for this year's All-Star game. Before he was in the
Miles Teller.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Yeah, I can see
right,
it.
all right.
Dye the hair. Yeah, Miles Teller might be able to do it. Because you
Those
have
are
to
some
have
good
that
answers.
element of like cockiness to it to be able to pull off some of those wrestling promos.
Yeah.
All right. Good stuff. What's next,
All right,
Raj?
guys, let's go to Hollywood. There's this movie going on called The Odyssey. I don't know if you've heard of it or not.
Heard it's good.
Chris Bleck heard it was
Saw
pretty
it.
good. All right.
Decent. Nice.
We
Nice
are
little
heading
film.
into the second weekend. Here is how box office math works. They look at the percentage drop from 1 week to the second week. The first week is typically the product of marketing. Was your film well marketed? The second week is, does your film have legs? Is the word of mouth around? Do people go back for repeat viewings? And basically the Hollywood criteria is if you can keep that second week drop under 50%, you did really well. And then everything less than that is like golden. And Christopher Nolan's done very well in this world. His best ever was Inception. It only dropped 32% week 1 to week 2. His most recent film, Oppenheimer, only dropped 43%. So I split the difference to get the number we have here.
Okay.
Does The Odyssey have the legs? It will drop over under 37.5% in weekend number 2, Chris Bleck.
So if you say over, it means it will perform better at the box
If you
office.
say over, no, over is bad. You don't want
okay.
high drops.
It'll
Under
go
is
under.
better.
Under then.
Under.
It will perform better
I
than
agree.
the 37.
Because I haven't seen it yet. I think I'm going Friday night.
Well-
Is all these tickets are sold already.
Yeah, it's wild. Raj, and to add to the conversation, Box Office Mojo follows along with the box office numbers.
Yeah.
The last daily that was released was Tuesday. So for only Tuesday, only Tuesday's number, it made over $21 million on Tuesday.
On a Tuesday.
Of this week.
Odyssey going
Raj,
up.
Tuesday, 21.
Tuesday.
Last week, for the entire weekend, Moana didn't even make 18 mil.
I know, yeah. So, like, I think because I tried to find this thing in IMAX, in 4D, in HD.
I was trying to find it.
He's finding all kind of
deals.
I'm just regular D going to see this.
You're in. I saw it in regular D.
I'm just a regular D going to
for
see.
The regular
just
D,
going
man.
for regular D. Going to see this
Definition.
movie in regular D. I'm just going to be a regular D guy going to see this movie.
It's not the first time someone said that.
Just an average D going to see this movie, an average D. Me and my popcorn going to see this movie, an average D.
All right, Abdalla. And finally, shout out to Rex Ryan and all the Ellis fellas out there. Ella Langley's Choosing Texas has now hit its 14th week at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. That ties Mariah Carey, We Belong Together, Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You for the most weeks at number 1 among women non-holiday titles. She is now 8 weeks away from the all-time mark. If you remove all the disclaimers, she would pass Mariah's All I Want for Christmas Is You. I know you're a big Ella fella, Abdalla. Does she get there? Over or under? 8.5 more weeks for Ella Langley at number 1 to rubber stamp it as the biggest musical hit of all time.
So the problem is I don't think we're getting any more big releases the rest of the year. Like everybody's already put out their big releases. Like you already got, when does hold on. Let me Chris, you give your answer.
Well, it's just for female artists, right? Just for female artists, that's what we're talking about?
No. If she gets 22, it's everything. It's the all-time mark. Remove every disclaimer.
So does Drake have anything coming out?
No, the question will be tomorrow. Tomorrow, Charlie XCX has a new album coming out. And her last album went to number 1. So if I had to guess, it might be this week. Although her new album is not supposed to be as good as her last one, Brat. But if it is going to be taken out, it would probably be this weekend because Charlie
and one thing
XCX
of note,
has a new
it's
album.
non-consecutive. Part of the reason the Christmas one is up is because every year it hits number 1 for a week or two. So Ella could get knocked off for a week, but then come back. That's already happened this year.
Yeah, I don't know if there's going to be another Rex Ryan bump on the Billboard charts. So, I'm going to say no. I'm going to go under.
All right, fellas, that does it for a very fun over under.
That's great. Shout out Raj for the over and under.
Regular D.
Yes, yes.
Going to see the movie in regular D.
Hey, last Thursday I saw it in regular definition. I didn't have to have the
4D.
IMAX 4D chess, whatever.
Your chair to shake and
no
water to come at your face.
No. To be honest, I'll raise my hand. I would like to see it in IMAX and see it on the largest screen
I want
possible.
to see it before the year is over.
Exactly. I did what you're trying to do now last week, and I went out. It was till July 30th.
Yeah,
was the first time I could find a realistic ticket. Not something that's in the front row where I'm looking straight up for the entire movie.
That's at a reasonable time. I'm not going at 7:45 in the morning.
Yeah. A reasonable time, reasonable ticket.
Yes.
I had to go all the way out till July the 30th at my home theater, the theater I always go to. I'm not driving around town. I'm not going out to the suburbs to go see this.
No, I looked within like 20 minutes of driving. Like I would have driven downtown to here. Like there's a couple theaters like right over here, like River East right over here. I would have gone to a couple theaters within driving distance. I looked within like a 20-minute driving radius, and I still couldn't find anything.
Yeah, and it made $21 million on Tuesday of this week. It's insane. Bleck Abdalla, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Save on commercial auto insurance from Progressive. Get a fast quote at progressivecommercial.com. Will Tyreek Hill play in the NFL this upcoming season? He gave an update on his injury rehab. We'll talk about that coming up next.
The 49ers start training camp tomorrow. Future Hall of Famer Mike Evans joins a talented roster. Can San Francisco stay healthy and finish the job to secure their 6th Super Bowl title? Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will be in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
Last season, week 4 of the NFL season, Tyreek Hill was injured against the Jets. He dislocated his knee, also had multiple ligament tears they suffered in that injury when he went down against the Jets. And really, when you look at Tyreek Hill and his future in the NFL, like, he's going to be out for a long time. They also, the doctors told him when the injury took place for the 32-year-old that there's a good chance, like, he's going to have trouble walking again, was the way it was put to him. So, you look at what the Dolphins were, they were in a situation, they release the Pro Bowl wide receiver. He's a free agent. He doesn't have a team. If he can play again, he's a dangerous player if he has that speed. Tyreek Hill can't reach that speed anymore. There's a possibility that his NFL career is kind of over.
I think it is. I think it's going to be tough. I mean, look, you get told you can't, you might not be able to walk correctly again, like with the same gait and with the same, maneuverability. Getting up to a top speed that we were used to seeing from Tyreek Hill that he really didn't have, honestly, leading up to the injury.
Yeah.
Like, Tyreek Hill wasn't getting up to the same Tyreek Hill speed that we were used to. He was still a very dynamic, game-changing wide receiver. Like, even 90% of Tyreek Hill is still better than a majority of the wide receivers in the league, right? But getting back to even 90% of that 90% is probably not something we're going to see.
So on Wednesday night, Tyreek Hill took to YouTube to give an update on his injury.
I'm doing some push-offs with my left leg. My left leg is the one that I injured. I have no power in my left leg at all, so I'm trying to regain all the power back in my left leg.
Okay, so that's Tyreek Hill saying no power in his left leg.
That's tough. That's tough because, you've got to go through. I don't think anybody's going to sign him right now. He's got to go through a tryout. He's got to go through all that. Like, I don't know. Maybe if he continues to rehab, you get through a certain point in the season where you see an injury. If he's healthy, you go and work out for a team. Maybe that works out. But I don't see this happening before the season starts, as we're, a handful, 48 days or so away from the start of the season.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't either. Now he's 10 months post-injury, post-surgery. So, I mean, we'll see. Yeah, I find that hard to believe, especially with how gruesome and how bad that injury was.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe someone takes a flyer at the end of the season and they try and bring him on for a team that's fighting for the playoffs. But if he doesn't have power in the left leg now, and it's 10 months post-op, that doesn't seem good. It's time for a quick look around baseball presented by NHTSA. When you speed, you have less time to react. Follow the speed limit, keeping other road users safe. Speeding catches up with you, paid for by NHTSA.
Chris, all good things must come to an end.
What happened?
Unfortunately for the Red Sox, their win streak came to an end. They won the first game of their doubleheader.
Yes,
they got to
did.
15 straight wins. They hadn't won 15 straight games since 1946 when Ted Williams was playing 80 years ago. But then in the second game of their doubleheader, they lost, failing to get to 16 games. They lost 5-1 to the Baltimore Orioles. They didn't get there. The first team to win 15 games since 2021, the St. Louis Cardinals did it. This team was bottom of the American League. They were the second worst team in all of baseball. And right now, if the season were to end today, this team would be a wild card team.
Yeah, they would.
The Red Sox are going to be buyers at the deadline instead of sellers like they were at the beginning of July. This is crazy, this turnaround.
Yeah,
the Red Sox.
It absolutely is. And I mean, what's fascinating about the Sox is they're now in a race for the playoffs. So perhaps selling off all their pieces is not going to take place because they are a competitive team, and they're kind of doing it without stars too.
Yeah,
like that's the other aspect of it. So yeah, they got to 15, and then they lose the second game of the doubleheader to the Orioles yesterday. That's a quick look around baseball presented by NHTSA. When you speed, you have less time to react. Follow the speed limit. Keep other road users safe. Speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA.
It should be a pretty good trade deadline, too, because it's a little bit later this year. So more teams have a chance to figure out like who they are and what they're actually going to be heading into the postseason. Like the Red Sox, if the trade deadline had been like a week or so earlier than it actually was, they might not have been in this position. If you had a couple other teams that might not be in the position that they are today, they might be sellers or buyers at a certain point. But now you've got teams that are in better positions that they were a week ago that might actually be buyers now. So it should be you've got a couple teams like Tyreek Skubal could be on the move. Mason Miller might be on the move. So you've got a bunch of big names that could be on the move here at the deadline in a couple weeks.
Have we hit the dog days of summer?
Yeah, man.
Is it officially the dog days of summer?
Yeah, it's the hog days of summer.
the hog days of summer. I've never heard that.
Well, I got the wild dogs and the wild hogs confused earlier,
right.
So I'm just sticking with the theme today.
Can I give you 10 seconds on something summer for you for a second?
Absolutely. Please do.
Last night, I had the chance to enjoy a ice cream Snickers bar.
Yeah?
I'm not getting paid by Big Snickers or Big
I wouldn't
Candy.
say they're big anymore.
I think that is the best summer treat that exists.
Oh.
An ice cream Snickers bar. It's hard to find something that's better.
They're great, man.
It is the absolute best.
They're great. They're great.
It hits.
Shrinkflation, though, got to them,
Well,
man. They used to be a lot bigger.
Yeah, and the key is the nut ratio of the Snickers bar. Every bite, you get a nut.
Easy, buddy.
No, I'm serious. Shrinkflation. I'm being serious. Don't look at me like that. I'm being serious.
Easy,
Summer of football is coming up next.
This is Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
That's right, Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app, Sirius XM Channel 375, and all of our great radio affiliates around the country. I'm Chris Bleck, along with Adam Abdalla, on the air, live from Chicago until 3 Eastern, then we'll hand it off to Jim Rome right here on Westwood One Sports. You can call or text the show at 310-840-4910. Abdalla, as we got a lot going on here on the show. Yesterday, we had two NFL teams report to camp, the Panthers and the Cardinals. Tomorrow, we get two more teams, the Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks and also the New England Patriots, the runners-up, the Super Bowl losers. They both report to camp tomorrow, as all teams will be in camp by the 28th. Here as the NFL is getting back to work as we get set for a new season. And here on the show, Abdalla, each day throughout the summer, we preview the football season with a segment we like to call the Summer of Football.
I proclaim this the Summer of Football! What the hell's going on out here? We're going to be here all day, baby! I like this kind of party. Only Brett Favre could do that. I don't care what you say.
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Just keep matriculating the ball down the field, boys.
We need a National Guard. We need as many men as you can spare because we are killing the Patriots.
The Summer of Football with Bleck and Abdalla.
I throw, you catch. It's not that hard, okay?
Summer of Football, Westwood One, your home for the NFL. You can hear the Hall of Fame game, the first game of the season, every big game throughout the NFL season on Westwood One Sports. Today, we are 48 days away from the start of the NFL season.
Matriculate in our way.
Patriots, the opener, 48 days away from the start of the NFL season.
2 weeks from today, Chris, we have the Hall of Fame game.
Hell yeah.
Football on our TV.
Can't
2
wait.
weeks
It's going to be great.
from today. And on your radio right here on the home of the NFL. That's right.
Westwood One Sports.
Well, yeah.
I was waiting for you to tip it in. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
After yesterday, when you just went off on a tangent for about like 3 minutes promoting things, I was just giving you the space. Room to roam, as they would say in the business. I was giving you room to roam to promote some things. Why would you laugh at something like that? I was just giving you room to roam. 48 days away to the start of the NFL season. Because tomorrow the Seahawks and the Patriots are both reporting to camp, here's the question on the table for today's Summer of Football.
Okay.
Who is under more pressure this season, Sam Darnold or Drake May? The two quarterbacks for the two teams reporting to camp tomorrow. Who's under more pressure in this upcoming season?
I think it is Drake May and the New England Patriots in general are under more pressure because I think that everyone is talking about them as will they be able to compete with a tougher schedule, with all of the outside noise surrounding the head coach, Mike Vrabel, with all the Diana Rossini business, and adding A.J. Brown, adding Romeo Doubs, adding another tackle in the draft. Like, they added so much to this team to try to compete and to be better than they were after losing in the Super Bowl that it feels like they're kind of being slept on a little bit. When we did our pre-training camp playoff predictions.
How could we forget? 55 days out.
How could we forget? That you didn't have them even making the playoffs.
Yeah, that's
I
correct.
had them making the playoffs as a wild card team, as I did the Seahawks. I feel like we're giving the Seahawks a little bit of a pass because they're in such a strong division. Because if the Seahawks were to, say, miss the playoffs or get in as a wild card team, the conversation will be, well, it's really hard to repeat. Their division includes, like, the greatest team ever assembled on paper, the 2026 LA Rams. They just got Myles Garrett. Maybe Aaron Donald returns, you know? And they also have the 49ers that if they stay healthy, they're a great team. Their division is stacked besides the Cardinals, right? That if they were to miss out or not go as far or maybe even miss the playoffs, and even if Sam Darnold struggles, you just go, okay, well, Sam Darnold returned to what we thought Sam Darnold was. Mm-hmm. Drake May was votes away from being the MVP. The pressure is so much more on the New England Patriots to rise to the occasion again because of everything that they added and to not fall off because everybody's like, oh, easy schedule, easy schedule. Well, you've got to prove them wrong. Like, you have to prove that it wasn't the easy schedule, that it wasn't the fact that you faced the easiest passing defenses in the NFL, that the MVP talk wasn't a fluke for Drake May, that the fact that you had a sieve as an offensive line in the playoffs and you took 21 sacks during the postseason.
Quarterback stat.
But still, it happened, right? And that your one of your tackles had to say that, like, had to go out and apologize for his play, and then you had to draft another you drafted another tackle in the draft. Not saying that he's going to take Campbell's job or anything, but you drafted another tackle. And then you add A.J. Brown, and you add Romeo Doubs. So, like, they did a lot. The pressure's 100% more on the New England Patriots.
Okay, that's fascinating. I completely disagree with you. I understand the points that you're making, but the way that I would look at it is if you're asking who's under more pressure this upcoming season, Sam Darnold or Drake May is playing with house money because he accomplished something in his second season. Got all the way to the Super Bowl, almost MVP. That, to me, means that the pressure's off a little, where Sam Darnold will always have pressure on him as an NFL quarterback. That's the type of career he's going to have. He's going to have to, quote, prove it each and every season that he's playing in the NFL. I mean, the last 4 seasons, he's been on 4 different teams. 2022, he was with Carolina. Then he's with the 49ers, the Vikings, and then he wins the Super Bowl last year with the Seahawks. I mean, last year he threw for 25 touchdowns, 14 interceptions, quarterback rating of 99, 4,000 yards. He played 17 games. He was good in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
But they also won games in the playoffs where they didn't need him.
Yep.
And they were up by like 3 scores at the end of the first quarter with him not doing anything. He threw like 17 passes in that game that they won in the first round of the playoffs. I think it's always going to be the answer between the two of them. It will always be Sam Darnold because every year he's going to have to prove it. He's not a good enough quarterback to just not have the pressure on him. And this is not to rip him. This is not to say he can't do it and not to say that the Seahawks can't win games. But I just think the pressure will always be on Sam Darnold to rise to the level, to perform at the highest level, and to, quote, always be chasing an elite quarterback in the NFL.
Well,
or a franchise guy. Like there is no proof there that he is a franchise quarterback.
Well, I disagree, because if Sam Darnold goes back to what we know Sam Darnold can play like before he was with the Vikings and Kevin O'Connell, laid hands upon him and made him into put the quarterback whisperer, got to him and made him into a franchise quarterback, right?
Be good.
Exactly, right?
Don't be bad.
And
be a good quarterback.
We'll just say, well, that's who Sam Darnold is. Look at how we talk about CJ Stroud. He had a great rookie year, and then we're like, well, he's backsliding, and maybe he's not worth a contract, and he continues to backslide. Look at how we talk about Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels got to the NFC Championship game his rookie year, and last year he got hurt. Well, is he injury prone? Does he continue to backslide? How's that? If Drake May doesn't play like he did his rookie year, he's going to be in the same conversations as CJ Stroud. He's going to be in the same conversation as Jaden Daniels. He's going to be just like those guys where it's a fluke year as his rookie year was. So he has to perform like he did his rookie year. Otherwise, we're going to say the kid's a fluke. So he has to, the more pressure is on him. Otherwise, he's going to be the outcast of this quarterback class, whereas the other guys, like Jaden Daniels is, he got injured, so he didn't really have a big chance to prove what he could be. But Caleb Williams got better. Bo Nix got better. Drake May got better in his second year. But if he's not as good in his third year, then we'll be like, what happened?
What about Penix?
Well, Penix is.
You didn't name him. I wonder why.
Penix has never. How many games has he played total so far? So we keep saying that CJ Stroud continues to backslide from his rookie year.
Yeah.
If we don't see it from Drake May after his first year with Josh McDaniels and Mike Vrabel coming in, then we're going to say the first year was a fluke because he played easy schedule and easy defenses.
Yeah, I mean, and that's why I think it's a fantastic question. Who's under more pressure this upcoming football season, Drake May or Sam Darnold? It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. You can always call or text the show at 310-840-4910. Day 48 of the summer of football as we are moving closer and closer to the start of the NFL season.
That's crazy. Under 50 days away.
I know, man. I think about it. Next week we're going to be under 40.
Well, and to me, next week is a week from today. We broadcast every day out of the great city of Chicago. Beautiful day today. Beautiful day today.
Oh, yeah. Weather report?
Beautiful
what do you have
day
for
today.
us?
I don't need a weather report. But next week in the city is Lollapalooza.
Yeah.
And to me, that's the end of the summer. Like, once you get to
don't kill off summer.
No, summer's done. When you get to Lollapalooza, that's it. Summer's over.
Lala weekend?
Summer's like that is the official end of summer because you go back to school and everything after it's August. You go back to it's done. Summer's done after Lollapalooza weekend.
Earlier on the show, we were talking about Jake Paul. Jake Paul, the boxer, says that when he's done boxing, he's going to play in the NFL.
Can you talk us
front office
through
sports.
your plan to get to the NFL more?
I mean, it's pretty simple. Just like when I started boxing, it's funny to see the tweet and deleters out there, the non-believers, the naysayers. Shout out to Drake. I think there's a lot of super mediocrity in the NFL, a lot of not good athletes, a lot of people dropping passes on a consistent basis. I have better hands than them. I'm faster than them. I'm stronger than them.
All right.
I work harder than them. Really, all it's going to take is just
You're a
me
YouTuber.
after boxing, practicing some routes.
Nope.
I have a couple teams.
He's just going to practice a couple routes, and he's going to play in the NFL. So he's just trolling. That's what the Paul brothers do, is they just troll for reaction. And so I asked this question. Who tops your list on people in the sports or entertainment world that you just would say, just go away? Go away. I don't want to see or hear from you anymore. Just go away. Who tops that list? Because to me, Logan and Jake Paul are on the top of that list. And we've been taking suggestions through text and call at 310-840-4910. And let's go on out to Chance in Alabama. You're on with Bleck Abdalla. What's up, Chance?
What's up, man? When Brady was playing, it would have been him, but I don't mind him so much now. He's just kind of like that dorky dad, and I know he's just trying to make every dollar he can. So I'm going to say it's definitely Vrabel. I never liked the guy to begin with. I hate his face. I hate the way he looks. He's so cocky and arrogant. Like, dude, you ain't – I mean, I know he won when he was a player, but you ain't done nothing as a coach, bro. I mean, you ain't done nothing yet. And people say it's just cheating, right? Nah, man, there were kids involved. This is marriage. It broke up a family. I can't stand him. And honorable mention, Sean Payton. And earlier, you mentioned Ric Flair, an actor. Now, I know this guy's dead, but if he was alive, Heath Ledger would have killed it. As
Yeah,
Ric
you're
Flair.
right.
Yeah.
Heath Ledger would have freaking killed it.
Chance, that's a good call. Thank you, my man. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
There is
Go
Chance
Pats.
in Alabama joining Bleck Abdalla. You can always call this show at 310-840-4910.
I don't like his face.
Great phone call. Yeah, I don't like his face. That's outstanding. Also, something that he said in there about the Vrabel-Rossini situation. I don't know. From the outside, we don't know the personal side of it. It does not seem like he broke up families. I don't know.
It hasn't yet.
Because Vrabel and his wife were at the Taylor Swift wedding.
Yeah, they were together.
Rossini and her husband were seen
out and about.
I think it was TMZ or something last weekend.
Yep,
on a cruise ship together with their family.
Out
I don't
and
know.
about.
I think from the outside, it would appear as if everything is moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, look, when you go through 2 hours of a couple, hours of couple hours of couples counseling, then that's okay, right? 2 hours in and out. You get the drive-through couples counseling. You're okay, right?
Do they hand out a certificate with that?
It's more of they just email it to you. You don't get a certificate because it's so fast.
A texter from the 504. There's a lot of bad movies. Adam Sandler, go away. Oh, that's tough. That's a tough look. Oh, no, not Sandler.
Not the Sandman.
Not Sandler.
Not the Sandman. I like Sandler.
No.
I don't look.
Not Sandler.
I understand that his movies.
Happy Gilmore 2 wasn't great.
Look, I get it. I understand
Wasn't
his movies, but the dude just loves the ball.
He does.
And
he wants to hoop.
I get it. His movies are bad, and he took the check from Netflix. But can you blame him?
But
can you blame him?
Isn't that something we should all strive for? Where you get the bag and then you bring all of your friends along to get them paydays as well?
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of cool.
That's what he does.
That's kind of cool. They all get to be a part of it.
Sure. I got no problem with that.
That's tough. And
I like it.
And how about this? As a serious actor,
he's great.
He is fantastic.
Punch Drunk Love was awesome. I like him.
That's tough. I don't know if I want Adam Sandler to go away. But
No, I'm fine with
from
Sandler.
the 504. That's the text that we just received here on Bleck Abdalla. Adam Sandler. Let's see. Here's another list from the 719. List of people that they would like to see go away. The Paul brothers, LeBron James, Alexi Lawless, Cam Newton, Stephen A. Smith, Gavin Newsom.
Okay.
So that's the list. People that they would like to see go away.
Well, I think one of those got taken care of for you. So, and we're while waiting for LeBron to make his decision and go away.
Alexi Lawless?
Well, I guess two of them, Alexi Lawless and Cam Newton.
I mean, Cam Newton still has his podcast.
You don't have to watch it or listen to it.
That's true.
That's a choice you make.
Yes, it is. It is a choice you make. And also one more before we wrap up this segment. And yes, Raj, Cam Newton apparently has a podcast. Correct.
Yep.
The 336, they were upset we didn't read this earlier.
Yeah.
The answer for someone to go away would be Abdalla.
No, read what he said.
He sucks.
Read what he said.
A doo-doo is what he calls you.
He calls me a doo-doo constantly.
A doo-doo. And he wants to point out that we didn't read his. Well, we're reading yours. And then he says, ha, 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 ha. So there you go. We read them.
And he's wondering about you, too.
What did he say?
I'm starting to wonder about you, Black. What have you accomplished?
With an E.
What have you accomplished sitting there for 3 hours a day with a jackass talking about sports half the time and the other half time talking about soup? Not a great accomplishment.
Fair point. I'm with you. What have I accomplished? That is a fair and astute observation.
Yeah.
It's Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports. That's the best. They're the best. Yes, we read them. We can see them at 310-840-4910. Join the conversation. Join the show. It's Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Lane Kiffin spoke to the media earlier today at SEC Media Days. You will not believe the former wrestler that came up during the conversation when Kiffin met the media. We'll tell you about that next.
The 49ers start training camp Saturday. Future Hall of Famer Mike Evans joins a talented roster. Can San Francisco stay healthy and finish the job to secure their 6th Super Bowl title? Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
In the offseason, Lane Kiffin left Ole Miss to join LSU. Head coach of the LSU Tigers. Pressure cooker spot for Lane Kiffin now at LSU. He needs to win a championship. He can't just get by just winning some games and getting into the college football playoff. That used to be the pinnacle for Ole Miss. But now at LSU, he's going to have to deliver. And so Kiffin has had a lot of attention on him here in the offseason. And earlier today at SEC Media Days, each coach spoke for 30 minutes. And essentially, Lane Kiffin, with his opening statement, tried to filibuster the event. He tried to speak so long, so then the reporters didn't have a chance to ask him questions about his decision to leave and to join LSU, to then go to Baton Rouge. So Kiffin spoke, upwards of 17 minutes for his opening statement, almost 3,000 words from his opening statement, a straight-up filibuster.
Which is wild. Listen, I can talk about a lot of things, but I don't know what I can talk about for 15 minutes on a subject. And what did he talk about for 15 minutes? Well, additions to the roster, all that kind of stuff, that's fine. But if you're just out there filibustering so you don't have... And then the problem is all these SEC media members, all their questions take a minute and a half to 2 minutes to ask because they all think their questions are the best questions that have ever been asked in the history of journalism.
You know, they always say when you're conducting an interview, a question should be short. Should be one focus and short. No double-barrel questions. Just ask one question, keep it short.
Tell that to the media members of the SEC and Big 12.
So the SEC Media Days taking place in Tampa, Florida this week. We go down to Florida to take a listen to earlier today. This is a question from a media member to Lane Kiffin speaking to the media.
When you were at Ole Miss, you led them to the third most wins in the conference since 22. You had 10 players drafted or signed as free agents in the 25 draft. 8 players drafted or signed as free agents in the 26 class. You had a top 4 portal class each of the last 3 portal cycles you were there. Jackson Dart, first-round pick. Yet in a Vanity Fair article, you said Oxford diversity hurt you in talent acquisition. So is it your belief that if there was a little bit more diversity, all those numbers I cited could have been even better?
Okay, first of all, 35 seconds in. 35-second question.
What are we doing?
You didn't need to read the Wikipedia page.
He knows what he did.
You could have just asked the question.
You could have just said in a Vanity Fair article you cited that diversity was an issue why you couldn't recruit at Ole Miss. Do you think that now? And you didn't need to cite all of his accomplishments. He knows his accomplishments.
So here's the answer from Lane.
I had a feeling that was going somewhere. You were doing really positive stuff the whole way through. I'm like, man, this guy's good. It sounds like you should go work for Jimmy Sexton, man. You're going a good direction there. I made a challenging decision and change. And I think as I look back to that, I thought I could find a way for everybody to understand. And now as I look back later on, that was never going to happen. And I made a decision that I changed jobs. And as I get older and I go through things and losing both parents, I was actually talking to Ross Dellinger, and I kind of said something that might sound kind of funny to you, but I watched the Hulk Hogan special, and I realized that I was like, we're all gonna die. And so some of the things that we put importance on, we worry about, and what this person says and that, really aren't gonna matter. And when I lost my dad, I started thinking that, and I really started thinking, when I grew up, there were 2 people that I thought just wouldn't die, my dad and Hulk Hogan. And then I watched that special and realized, Hulk Hogan died too. There's no way Hulk Hogan was ever gonna not wrestle and die, and he did. And so it just made me reflect really on, I can't be so concerned about little things and what people say and this, and you got to make decisions, you got to go with them.
Hey, it's a real answer from Lane Kiffin. I'll give him credit for that. That's a real answer that he gave the reporter. And sure, he was able to realize his own mortality. And wherever you can find inspiration in life and wherever you pull it from, I don't think it's that ridiculous. I think it's just funny. He brings up Hulk Hogan in an answer where they're asking whether or not his comments in Vanity Fair over the recruitment at Ole Miss, that it all kind of ties together.
I was going to say, to be fair, in that snippet of the question of the answer, he might have gone on. We cut it off, but in that snippet, he didn't answer the question.
No. Did not answer the question whatsoever.
He didn't answer the question.
Didn't answer the question whatsoever.
We did cut off the answer because it was like a 4 or 5 minute answer. Again, filibustering.
He was trying to fill the space.
But you're right. He did answer the question of like, look, he made a decision that pissed a lot of people off, and he realizes it now that he probably should have just made his decision faster. There's no bad blood between him and Pete Golding, the head coach at Ole Miss, who was the defensive coordinator at the time, who took over as head coach when Lane Kiffin left. And they're still friends, and that's all good. But at the same time, look, you pissed off a lot of fans. You probably pissed off a bunch of players. And in turn, now there's these questions. And you have a reputation as a guy who leaves places like this in the dust. You've done it before. And look, I always thought that this was the better move for him, and that he was going to do it. You take the better job. When the better job is there, you take the opportunity. He could have stayed, like you said, Chris, that he could have stayed and been the head coach at Ole Miss until he retired, probably. They could have built a statue for him. But at the same time, Lane loves the spotlight. He wants to be on the biggest stage. There's no bigger stage than LSU at night with the brightest lights facing Ole Miss or Alabama or Auburn. And if he gets to the playoff and if he wins a national championship, something that Brian Kelly could never do, something that Ed Orgeron did with, Joe Burrow, if he does that, then he's accomplished something. He's accomplished something that people say he can't do, and then something that the last coach there couldn't do. So I get it, but I also thought that The Undertaker couldn't die, and I also thought that he may have already been dead, and I also thought that The Undertaker couldn't lose at WrestleMania, and eventually The Undertaker did lose at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Ed Orgeron, he's back in the mix, right?
Yeah, he's on the staff.
Now, wasn't the thing that happened was even though he hasn't been coaching, he's been getting paid out by LSU, and he's now getting hired by LSU while he's still getting paid out by LSU?
I think it was
or it just ran out right before he got hired again by Kiffin?
The month it ran out, he got hired back by LSU.
Pretty good gig.
That's awesome, man.
Hey, stop the ball, stop the drill. I'm having a press conference. Thank you.
Love Coach O. Coach O's great. And in the college football world, he is one of the best recruiters in all of football.
Well, yeah.
So mixing back with Lane Kiffin, I mean, when Coach O was with Kiffin at USC, they were putting something together before Kiffin got fired on the tarmac.
Wow.
So they're going to have success at LSU. They absolutely will. Now, the thing about these press conferences in the SEC, the long, drawn-out question,
you were at
right?
Ole Miss, you led them to the third most wins in the conference since 22.
Get to the point,
you had 10
bud.
players drafted or signed as free agents.
What are we doing
in
here?
The 25 draft, 8 players drafted or signed as free agents. In the 26 class.
Okay.
You had a top 4 portal class.
Okay, all right. He just continues on and on and on with the class. It reminded me of the Big 12 Media Day.
Mm-hmm.
Brett Yormark is up on the stage, and he gets this question.
Sean Dillon, Rocket Brigade. Commission, Texas Tech got fined over tortillas, and tortillas were banned outright. OSU paddles broke an always maker rule, has a tradition exemption. Sorsby never played a snap for the Red Raiders. Big 12 sued them anyway, while Cincinnati hasn't been yet touched. You're selling greater than 12. Why should Texas Tech fans believe it?
Can you sit? Let me come closer to you.
Oh, no.
Stand up.
Stand up.
Ask that question again.
Ask it again. Stand
the
up.
answer I want to give you, so go ahead.
Go ahead.
Texas Tech
Put him on the spot.
fined for tortillas.
What?
And tortillas were banned outright. OSU has had...
Oh, that long pause. He thought to himself, I should just stop the full question.
Just ask the end of the question.
Why are you rereading your long, drawn-out question?
Paddles that were given.
Why did you re-rack the whole thing, man?
Like there's another 25 seconds of this.
That's insane.
Listen to this.
2012. Sorsby never played a snap for the Red Raiders, and yet there is a lawsuit. Cincinnati has yet to be touched. You're selling greater than 12. Why should Texas Tech fans believe them?
No, I didn't say greater than 12. You misquoted me. I said we're going forward as 16 strong, and that's my answer to your question. But thank you for that question. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Walks away.
He
Hey,
knows-
stand up. Hey, you, stand up.
He knows what happened. He knows that reporter.
Man, I absolutely love college coverage of college football teams.
I love media days.
The local media that covers college football teams, it's the best.
Yeah.
It really is the best.
Yeah.
Gainesville, Florida, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Knoxville, Tennessee. Like, it is the best because in many situations, everything is feeding off of the football team, right? Like broadcast partners, the reporters, the radio stations, the local TV. It's all based off the college football team. It's great. It's the
all
best.
they got.
It's the absolute best. There was also another part of conversation with the SEC Media Days, and the conversation being something that we've talked about here on the show, this idea that at some point the college football playoff will expand. It's not something neither of us want. We don't think it's good for the sport. The talks about going to a 24-team college football playoff are out there. Nick Saban was on ESPN television earlier today talking about the concerns over that possibly taking place.
We need to take the player into consideration, not just the financial circumstances of increasing the playoffs. I don't think other than Notre Dame last year, there was any team that didn't get in the playoff that would have a chance to win the championship. So what's it about? Crowning a champion or, trying to financially, squeeze more money out of, the college football playoff at the expense of, how many games a player has to play.
So that was Nick Saban earlier today on ESPN television.
Man. And Nick Saban also, when he talks about the SEC at these SEC Media Days, still refers to, like he says us, when he's talking about the SEC, like he's still coaching and not just a broadcaster. So he's speaking on behalf of the SEC. Like he's talking about this as if he is a member of the SEC.
He still lives in Tuscaloosa, doesn't he?
He still lives in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah.
He's still got an office in Alabama. He's still
an office.
I still think he does have an office there.
He's got an office
I still think he's still lurking.
Oh, like he's Coach K. I'm Duke.
I don't know if he's still
leader.
I don't know if he's
John,
there. Like,
move over. It's
I don't think he's
court.
there like every. No, I think he's still. He lets
I'm
Kalen
Coach
DeBoer.
K.
He lets Kalen DeBoer.
This is my team.
Ruin this as much as he can.
It's my team, Coach K.
Bitter about it or anything.
Well, yeah, you're an Alabama fan.
I am an Alabama fan, and my God, this team is going to be bad this year.
Wow. Now, hold on. Let me let our awesome national audience in on something. Don't say anything. Please turn your mic off because I don't need you to interrupt me when I give this announcement. It's a little PSA.
I'm being told to turn my mic
just
off.
For 1 second. Friends, this is what Abdalla does. Every year, woe is me, Alabama, down year. We're not going to be good. We're not going to compete. Every single year he does this, and then they win 12 games, 14 games, win a national title. Oh, yeah, we lucked into the title. They were going to be really bad. Okay, you can turn your mic back on.
Do you know what they are to win the championship this year?
But am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong? Every year.
No, some years I'm like they got a program this year. They got a real program this year. Dude, they've got more turnover this year than I think they've ever had under Saban. Like, this is insane.
You always slow play it. Every year, they're not going to be good. And then they start out 9-0.
Do you know what they are to win the title this year?
They're probably like the 10th best team or something.
They're 25-1 to win the title this year.
How many teams are ahead of them?
Let's see. Hold on. I just went away from it because I was going to give you their win total.
We're good on that. It's a lot. They're going to have a lot of wins.
No.
DraftKings, Bleck Abdalla, BNA, 26. Go for it.
8.5.
8.5?
Yeah.
How many teams are ahead of them?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, 10 teams.
That's not good for Alabama. That's not a playoff team.
You always slow play it.
They're not going to be a playoff team.
It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports. Any other thoughts on Saban and his comments there?
Well, I think he's still. My point is that him still saying us and we about the SEC is that we've seen that this is a battle between the SEC and the Big Ten, and I think that when Saban is saying that, he is capping hard for the SEC, and he's always said, "Think of the children, think of the children, think of the children." Like,
think of the children.
He is. He literally started that way. We've got to think about the athlete. That's thinking of the children. He's advocating for the SEC and saying, but he's also saying, like, he's not wrong. Notre Dame was the only team that had a gripe of not making the tournament, the college football playoff last year, and they were probably the only team that had a chance of winning the whole thing. And other than that, nobody else would have won it. And does that mean it's going to be a better playoff? No, it doesn't. It's probably going to be worse. So why are we doing this? Because of money. That's why. And he knows it too.
It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports. The American Red Cross needs blood donors now. Make your appointment today. Visit redcrossblood.org. Use the blood donor app or call 1-800-RED-CROSS. It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports. Ready for this tease? This is going to be a good tease. Ready for this? Raj, you ready for this?
It's always good.
This is
it's
gonna be a
always
good
good
one.
when
this
someone
is
prefaces by saying,
no, this
guys,
is a good one. Ready?
This is going to be a good tease.
You're going to want to stick around for this, right? This is good.
Self-imposed hype coming here. All right.
Raj will fill us in on this story coming up next from Parts Unknown. A man was surfing naked on a train. He'll explain coming up next.
Patriots training camp opens tomorrow. A.J. Brown arrives with enormous expectations. Can the star wideout be the missing piece for Drake May and the defending AFC champions? Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will be in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
Download the pod on Apple and Spotify. Also, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Bleck and Abdalla Show on YouTube. That's where the live stream is every single day. You can watch us live and also new content posted daily. Bleck and Abdalla Show on YouTube. Like and subscribe. Thank you to Raj and Roy for producing today's show. Jim Rome coming up in 14 minutes right here on Westwood One Sports. The tease was this: a man surfing on a train naked. He's in parts unknown, Colorado. That's where Raj Sharon is located. Raj, the story comes to us from Sedgwick County, Colorado. What do you know about this story? A man on top of a train surfing naked.
Very parts unknown. I have seen it on the local news. I've been inspired to watch more local news because of Chris Bleck.
Welcome.
I'll answer your question with a question. Are you guys familiar with Hardin County, Illinois?
Hardin County,
Okay.
Illinois.
So Hardin County, Illinois is, from my research, the smallest county in the state of Illinois. It's about 6 hours south of you guys.
That's way south, yeah.
The population in Hardin County is like estimated around 3,600. Okay, that is larger than Sedgwick County, Colorado, which I was not familiar with until this story. It is way in the northeast corner, tippy top of our state near Nebraska, and it has a population of about 2,400. So it's smaller than the smallest county in Illinois. Probably about, I don't know, like at least 3-4 hours away from me, at least, probably farther. So that was my knowledge of Sedgwick County until we got this story that came down. This, my friends, is quite unbelievable. If you're watching on YouTube, Bleck and Abdalla Show, you are looking at the mugshot of a gentleman by the name of Daniel Balance. He is not a Coloradan. He is an Arizonian, Quartzsite, Arizona. And I am going to read you some excerpts that came straight from the Sedgwick County Police Department in Colorado. They posted this on Facebook. For those of you that had the unfortunate experience of seeing this gentleman surfing naked on top of a moving locomotive yesterday, we want to let you know he was arrested on felony and misdemeanor charges. They also let everybody know that he expressed his love of vodka, beer, and playing the banjo. Unfortunately, he had to be celebrated. He had to be separated from those loves and the train ride, and is currently, at least at the time they posted that, enjoying an all-expenses-paid stay in jail. That is our gentleman, Daniel, who is surfing naked across a locomotive in truly parts unknown Colorado.
I love, Raj, the article points out his love for vodka and beer.
Well, what's wrong with that?
And playing the banjo.
I'm not saying anything's
and playing
wrong.
the banjo.
Probably drink responsibly would be the statement there. Yeah,
Well, yeah.
individual doesn't look right.
He
But,
doesn't look right.
well, I mean, how else do you explain it?
He
And
looks
I've
very
seen-
nonchalant.
Now, Raj, I don't know if you've seen these videos, but like, and this is not something to like joke about. There are people like in Chicago and in New York City that get on top of the trains.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Oh, boy.
And they like pretend to surf on top of
Pretend
the
to
trains
surf.
like it's Teen Wolf on top
Yes.
of a moving
Yeah.
van.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And that's what Daniel
that's
here
dangerous.
did in the buff.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
buff.
Now, okay, all right, yeah. I mean, I guess my question would be like, where did the clothes were the clothes stored somewhere so he could perform said act, and he was just going to get down from the train and dress himself and then walk off with his banjo?
I don't know, but I feel bad that I left a key word out here, and that's allegedly, guys. Because remember,
Well,
everything is
allegedly.
alleged.
I mean, obviously,
Well,
allegedly.
of course,
Obviously,
yes,
Allegedly.
Yes.
Allegedly.
Yeah, you don't want Daniel coming after you.
I think
Raj.
that
No,
he
exactly.
thought that
So
he
let
was
me
just a
this is all
performer.
alleged.
I think that he thought he was just going to give people a show. A free. He's
Sure.
got the banjo.
Sure.
He's got the, he's dressed for the occasion.
Why would someone
I
wanna
did
do
see in
that?
one story, by the way, guys, the train's route goes from California to Illinois. So I don't know where he got on. It's possible he got on near you guys and
Yeah.
rode it all the way
All right,
out here to
that's
parts
fair.
unknown. That's possible.
That's fair.
All
That's
I
fair.
remember is that wise men once said, surf and safari. Everybody's surfing now. Come on, everybody now. Surfing USA. And that's exactly what he was doing on a train.
On a train.
Beach Boys.
Yes, it was the Beach Boys.
Thank you, Raj.
Thank you, fellas.
Did I just get the...
Yeah,
The music's for
yes,
Abdalla, by the way,
yes,
not me.
That's for you.
Why?
Yes.
Why?
Why are you reading us the quotes from Surfing USA from the Beach Boys?
I didn't read it. That's off the dome, buddy. Who doesn't know Surfing USA?
All right, the way you were looking at your computer, I thought you were, and not responding to us, I thought you were Googling the lyrics and looking it up.
No, off the dome.
I thought that was a planned little
I was
bit.
trying to think of a.
I thought that was an original
I was trying to
Abdalla bit.
think of a response, but then I came up with Surfing Safari, or Surfing USA. I mean,
all right,
and Surfing Safari.
That's
They had a lot of
fantastic.
songs about surfing. I don't know if you know this about the
well,
Beach Boys.
Well, they are the Beach Boys.
It was most.
They weren't the Desert Boys.
And how they wished they were younger.
Yes. Okay.
Wouldn't it be nice?
Yes. Always leave them laughing before we hand it off to Jim Rome. Here on Westwood One Sports. Last night, I don't know if this was a regional thing or if everyone in the country got the Major League Baseball game on national TV on ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
Cubs-Tigers, was that game just a regional thing or was that nationally?
I don't know. It's a good question.
So I watched Tigers,
Yeah,
Cubs.
yeah, so did I.
ESPN television.
Yeah.
And I also bounced around. I actually, with all the mocking that I did of the end of the World Cup, how I'm not going to watch the MLS.
Yeah.
I actually watched 2 separate MLS games last night. Chicago and Inter Miami.
Why would you do that to yourself?
And then I watched late night creep, LA FC.
Yeah.
And Real Salt Lake.
No one needs MLS after dark.
I saw Son running around out there.
No one
and,
needs that.
Hugo Lloris for LAFC.
No one
and
needs that.
I watched multiple MLS games, which the story is the MLS has said that their ticket sales are up 150% since the World Cup. So
That's good.
Good for them. Good for them. People are still watching.
World Cup fever.
MLS is back in action. Did you see the goal that went in against Inter Miami to start the match, like 17-minute mark? Did you see this?
It was a wild game.
Apple TV?
About 10 months ago here in South Florida. That match played up in Fort Lauderdale. A 5-3 win for the Chicago Fire on September 30th. It's a full-strength Inter Miami team.
goodness.
Oh, my gosh. Wow. What a disaster.
Oh.
Swing and a miss from Rocco Rios Novo. The MLS Cup winning goalkeeper put into the lineup out of the World Cup break.
An absolute miss by the goalkeeper. Just an own goal, a pass back from the defenders of the goalkeeper, just completely missed
Just
it.
whiffed it. And that's what someone who fell in love with soccer during the World Cup and was like, you know what?
I'm
love
gonna give
that.
this MLS thing
I'm
a
gonna
try.
give soccer a try, and turned that on.
Swing and a miss from
I was like, I'm going to give this soccer thing a try. And then
it's a swing and a miss.
Turned that on. And that is why we told you to take a soccer break for a month.
Yeah.
And come back when the EPL is back.
You mean you didn't watch Diego Luna just run around
no, I did
against
not watch
LAFC?
Diego Luna.
You didn't see that?
No, I didn't.
All right. I watched 2 MLS games. I mean,
No.
I don't know. Jim Rome in the Jim Rome Show is coming up next right here on Westwood One Sports.
This is Westwood One Sports.